Good morning, everybody. Morning, everybody. Weather here is decent. It's 52 degrees, but it's still sunny. Um, but who knows how long that's going to last. You can't hear me, Brenda? My audio is not working. It says it is. Nothing surprises me anymore, Brenda.
March 8:30. Brenda, leave a message.
Just
At the tone, please record your message. Roger, you have the flight has been export.
can anybody hear me?
Zero. Thank you, sir.
Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Should be working. Okay, Brenda.
You'll just have the Treasure Coast for the crib of 1005. Over.
Well, thanks for looking out for me, even though I was fine. We got 6 people watching right now, and just me on the panel. Anybody want to join? Join now. Don't be one of the last ones to join. The yeah, I had a busy morning. Let me see how many did I do? I did two this morning. That would have been number three. And then behind it is the state of Michigan coming down, heading for Detroit. But you can't get them all, right? The the like I say, the weather has been just okay, not special, not anything other than that. And how is the weather down there, Brenda? Justin was saying yesterday that it was really hot.
Attorney and traffic manager. The one starting that. Sir, we're just making preparations in about next 20 minutes, ready to make touch base on traffic in the vicinity. Roger, the only traffic that would affect you in that time frame, the Thunder Bay, who's downbound due at the Black River 0911 in about 5 minutes, followed by the state of Michigan, due at the Black River 0922. Over. Sounds good, thank you. Roger, welcome, Sir John. What's for the gore word? Roger, thank you.
Hey, Jim, how's it going? Ed is here. Yep. Brenda, Ed, Jim. Here comes David.
Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, David. How are you?
I'm okay. Good morning, everybody. Happy Memorial Day for those in the US and wherever celebrates it. And for all Christians, happy Whit Sunday.
So, what are you up to today, David? Are you going anywhere or stay just hanging home?
No, I'm printing keyrings today.
Oh,
What started out as an idea from a charity event has spiraled out of control. Now, one of the national tram companies actually want me to print out like 200 trams.
I'm just checking that there's not a lot of ships out there. Whitefish Bay is at Chicago, is heading for Chicago, but it's down in Marine City. And way up in the lake coming down is the Paul R. Tagurtha, which is the boat on the Great Lakes. It's doing 13.1 knots, and it's up there at about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, about 50 miles north of Port Huron.
Let me take let me take you down the gutter before Joe and all them get here.
Thunder Bay starting again.
Right.
Yes, we're just down at the Black River. We'll give you 1 hour, 50 minutes to the southwest.
Now, those from the UK will know what that means.
There's 3 checkdowns. We also have the Whitefish Bay for.
I haven't got a clue.
1020.
Right. Well, over here, a fanny is the front part of a woman, or for the woman. Yeah. And her husband was called Harry Fiddler. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So he must have been a hell of a man for her to take that name because her name was Fanny. I'm gonna be honest, if I'd have been called Fanny, I'd be straight down to the deep hall office getting that changed. Do you ever get the smaller bolts, Paul?
Yes, Jim, I got it working. What happened is I ran into some people and they took care of it for me.
Talking about Joe.
Here comes Joe now. Good morning, Joe.
Morning.
Man.
What are you up to today?
I don't know. I may
Are
not
you
do
making
anything.
yourself a Memorial Day feast or
Hot dog.
hot dogs? All right.
Hot dog, maybe some tater tots, maybe not, because I probably won't want them. And I've got some corn on the cob that I've had frozen and there sealed with all the seasonings. I might just heat up and eat that too.
Ah,
As long as we have electricity today.
Was it stormy down there?
No, we had a power outage yesterday here, where not here. I didn't get it, but it was 200,000 people in the area lost power on a roll. They got a warning that they were getting ready to overheat or whatever they do. So they started shutting down power everywhere. Got everybody mad.
Yeah, sorry, traffic.
This is why you should make your cups of tea in a kettle and not the microwave.
Give right away to the.
My daughter called me and asked me if I had power. I said, yes. She goes, figures. I said, I'm on a hospital grid. Well, what's the matter? I found out my son on the other side of the city, my daughter on the top of me, all of them around the area was out. Everybody was out. We were on because I'm in that line with the hospital. I said, well, shit, I ain't never moving now.
One of the bigger ships just reported that down by the Black River, which is down this area. Those fishermen are not giving way to the bigger boats and almost hitting the front end of the ships.
Idiots.
What you need to do is go down there and when one of them's doing it, and you fly your drone in between,
Yep.
do an orbit in between, you know.
Do you know what? It'll be the big ship's fault if they collide.
I don't know what the maritime law is. The bigger ship usually has the right of way, doesn't it?
I couldn't tell you.
It depends.
If he was bigger than me, I'd let him go.
I think it depends as well. If they're in the shipping lane, then yes, the bigger ships, well, anything going down the shipping lane would have priority. Yeah. So if that fishing boat's actually stopped while they're fishing, then
Yeah, but see that is a fishing lane, not a fishing lane. That is a where freighter traffic goes down. So they see the buoys; they got to stay on the one side or the other.
Yeah, so the thing is, though, if it was in the UK, it'd be completely different because they'd be on the wrong side.
Oh, okay. Because the left isn't the left; it's the right over there. Right?
go.
Yeah, they don't understand, you know. You know, I might go flying today. I might not go flying today. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm at the point where I've been flying every day. I really want to, if I go somewhere, I may go to Bugfly Park with the Avata 2, based on the fact that I'm gonna have to charge 2 batteries just in case. That place ought to be full of kayaks, and that'll be cool. Let me get 2 batteries and start charging. Oh, I just tapped you. You don't have to growl at me. Loki, all you do is touch him when he's laying down.
Yeah.
You go, rah, 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 rah. Like, why you moving me? Come on.
They're just reporting on the news that 11 people were shot in South Beach, Florida, South Beach, South Carolina, last night, overnight.
I never knew there was a South Beach, South Carolina. I knew there was a Florida.
What are you doing? It's me.
Get the traffic and checkdowns when I got to the Thunder Bay over.
I'm gonna fully charge 2 of the batteries that got like 1.5 lines on them. So that if I do go down there, I could use a full battery and not worry about where I'm at on the river. But I won't go, if I go there, I'm not going till the sun comes out.
No.
I don't have a new Neo 2 yet. I know Eddie Nunez does.
Oh, they're making a Neo too?
Deleting the Neo 2, what was it, the Avata 3, and the Mini 5 Pro. Doesn't matter, we can't get them. If I would buy anything out of the three, it would be the Avata 3. If it's able to fly with the goggles 3. If they come up with a whole new set of goggles and they make you buy that too, they could keep it. I'm done. Find me either Air 3S and be happy with that. Who is Jose Lopez?
Who's Clara?
You
Make
need
no. No. Give me co-house.
Just a minute. Where are you?
Up at the
come
top.
on, Paul.
Boot him, Joe.
I can't.
No.
You should be co-host now.
David's co-host.
Nope. Because when they start popping in big numbers like that,
That's why you need to
Okay,
put it there.
Mark's in there, but the other person's going. Nope.
Who's Clara?
Don't let him in.
I removed them. The only one I let in was Mark because when they start coming in droves like that, that means they're trying to get 2 or 3 screens in here so they can share all the porn. Then I'm not stupid. They've done it a million times, tried that shit a million times before.
That's why you lock that back room up, Paul.
I disabled it yesterday. I forgot to put it back on. That was my fault. All right, Dre's
Recovery One drones. We can let him in.
Hell no.
What's up, Dre?
Can't let him. You got a shirt on? Okay.
Paul, Joe, Justin, David, Dre.
Dre's gonna come in going.
Yeah.
Can have that shirt off.
Who's Clara?
It's nobody we know. It's just somebody fucking around.
Paul, if you
Yeah.
don't know them, never let them in. Listen,
Well, I didn't know whether you people knew her or not.
doesn't
No.
matter. We'll let you know.
Yeah,
How about
because
now?
Joe would have been like, "Ooh, Claire's here." You didn't hear him say that.
As soon as that other one came in and said, "Who's that?" Remember?
What's
Yeah.
up, Brenda?
But we can't do anything about it unless we're co-hosts.
Zoom doesn't give you a preview of persons coming in.
No, it shows their name, but it doesn't show like a video of them or anything. So you can't see like the person's camera or anything like some of the other ones do. But when they start popping in 2 or 3 at a time like that, almost simultaneously, you know they're just trolling. They're trying to get on here to show porn or something.
Yeah, probably friends of Justin.
David Birdman, you're already on here.
Good morning, Lance, and thank you again. Good morning, Brenda.
Nope. You're not going to come in here and fucking copy somebody's name.
Yep. Somebody trying.
I guess a lot of folks got a lot of spare time on today's holiday.
He wasn't in this. It didn't look like he was in this country.
No, and he copied David's name to get in here. So, yeah, I'm not gonna do that shit to get in here.
Stupid ass people. Need to put him in a room with a couple Marines. That's what he needs to do.
No, but the last 2 times this happened to Paul, it was almost nope. Don't let that person in. That's not Mark.
Nope, it's not me.
No,
It's
that's not Mark. Stop letting people in.
There
There
we
it
Look
go.
what
is.
you did, Paul.
There it is.
Friggin' told you.
I'm gonna stop running that thing.
Just let me do it. Just leave it alone.
Okay. You're in charge of who's coming in, Justin.
Yeah, just let me deal with the green room. I'll
Because Dre, everything happens so fast, and by the time you click it, it's too late, you know?
But you
What did I
don't read
miss?
it.
What
If
did I
like I
miss?
Paul
said,
see it, why would he be coming in again?
You know,
Well,
it
I
doesn't.
didn't realize he hadn't come in. I didn't know if he went out, came back in, or whatever.
Well, that's why you look first.
Well, when you
Patience.
know we're having a situation like this, there's no hurry. We're not on a time limit here, so there's no hurry.
Right, got a question. What did I miss?
Well, you didn't
somebody
miss much.
somebody tried to come in as you. Paul let
As
him in.
me?
I immediately booted him. No, it wasn't you. I saw the dude's name.
Oh, Andrew Smith.
I saw the guy's face. It wasn't
Who's
you.
Andrew
Trust me.
Smith?
No, nobody. Don't worry about it. They're study trying to get in. I'll fucking lock the meeting. They want to keep playing that fucking game. There you go. And nobody can even request to get in there. They're gonna have to
Oh.
message me on Facebook if they want to get in on the panel.
Now, I was
Right.
asking a little
You
while
on
ago. Zoom doesn't allow you to get a preview of who's trying to come in.
No, it just shows their name. That's it.
Shows their
Oh,
name.
okay.
It says requesting to come in.
Okay, I know that what EV Mux and a couple of other ones do that. They give you like you're in the background before they put you on live.
Yeah, it's something Zoom should do.
Lance said I'm the only one that gets in twice.
yeah.
You got a point.
I do want to pick up on a slight problem with what Justin's planning on doing.
Say, David, are you co-host too?
Yeah, but
Everybody except Joe.
you said, yeah, people have to message you on Facebook if they want to get in. You don't check your messages on Facebook. No one's
up.
getting in.
Exactly. That's the whole point.
I've had from time to time messages I've sent you, and you've not read them for like 3 weeks, and then you just come back out of nowhere and go, "Oh yeah, and how's this?" I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?"
It don't take me that long. Might
Time
take
to
me
fly.
a day.
Time to fly said Paul's show is being invaded like the borders.
Let's not go down that one. That's just going to attract more shit. But yeah, I've got a co-host, Justin, so I'm watching.
Murray wanted cream pie this morning. Oh my God, JD. No, but it's so easy to tell when they're going to do it because they always do it the same way. They want to
Yep.
try to get 2 or 3 screens up at once
As many as they
on the
can get.
live so they can start playing porn. But see, he got frustrated because I kept booting all his other screens that he just did it on the one.
Oh man, Dre, I tell you what. Happy Memorial Day.
And Memorial Day is not happening.
What? Why not?
It's not. It's about those who lost their lives. It's not about being happy.
It's about honoring those that lost their lives defending our country.
So it should be in loving memory of.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
May all those that sacrificed their life for the freedoms of us all rest in peace.
Yeah.
And may all the fuckers that caused them have to go out there to defend our peace.
Eat a
Rotting
dick.
hell.
Yeah.
So Dre, did you get any new drones?
No, buy new drone. Don't plan on buying no new drones.
Man, come on, you gonna start mapping with the Neo?
Joe's buying drones all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Joe has that luxury. You know, he's
Come
making
on,
all that,
you-
make all the money from that high school.
You know you want to map 2,000 acres with a Neo? Well,
Can't map a foot with the
Might
Neo. What are
take
you
you
talking
on.
about?
might take you 147 batteries, but you'll be all right.
Yeah. The only thing, if I had the money, would be interested in buying is the M350 with the H30T camera and the L2 camera. Be the two payloads I want to get right off the bat. But then
Is
you're
that
talking
a
about
new drone or something?
no, the H350 has been out for a while, but I'm just saying even the payloads have been out for a while. But that's $35,000.
Oh. You go ahead and go to the bank, get that second mortgage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
got
then
to.
he's got to explain to the wife where all the money went.
That's it, because I need
That's
to buy
the
a
worst
second.
part about it.
I have to go buy another house so I can
Yeah,
live
good.
in it.
Yeah, so he can live in it.
You go knocking on the parents' door. Yeah, I need my old room dead.
Yeah, that's what that kind of thinking will lead you to.
Yeah. So Dre, you heard that Captain Ray bought a 3T, right? Mavic 3T.
Yeah, I mean you
He
mentioned
was-
something about that.
Yeah, he was flying yesterday. Him and Rob Kamada went flying.
Yeah.
And Kamada's I don't know what it was, a 3 or what it was. I gotta go back and look. Seagull hit it 3 times and took it down.
Yeah, I think I heard Rob will put a post on that. He did like a little cartoon post talking about he had a bird strike. And I just heard Mark Fisher, he didn't mention Rob by name, but I was familiar with the incident.
It said it took it down. You know,
What's
he
a
got
Mavic
it. He was about 20
3T?
feet from the water.
It's a thermal drone.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So,
I haven't heard of that one.
just like I said last night, that's $4,500 and up.
Oh yeah. I
You
was
know,
back in
so-
Bayou Lacombe area yesterday, all back in all the trees and all the foliage and all the stuff back there.
Mhm.
And as I'm landing, the guy comes up on a pirogue and he says, "You're the guy flying the drone?" I says, "Yeah." He said, "You were flying around those osprey nests. Did you get a good view of them?" I said, "What nest?"
Yeah, that's what Mark Fisher was emphasizing at this time of year. This is nesting season for most bird species, so they are going to
Yeah.
be prone to attack and defend the nest. And he said that probably what happened to Rob was that seagull was probably defending the nest area and went after it.
Dude, there's these little birds in Florida. I'm not sure what they are. But they attack hawks and everything. They're mean little fuckers.
Oh, what you call it? Did a mockingbird attack a hawk?
Swallows,
Swallows.
mockingbirds, robins, you name it. If you invade their territory, they're coming for you.
Oh, this one, like a hawk could be 500 feet over its nest, just flying over, minding its own business. And
Look,
these birds
We
will
all
make it a point.
recognize,
I
the,
can't remember what they're called.
yeah, but you got to remember, we all recognize the small person syndrome because you suffer it, Justin, right? You know where you're a
All
small
channels are
person,
Yeah,
but you have to attack something
Yeah.
bigger. Yeah, that's what's happening with the bird.
If I'm considered small, then everybody else must be like 8 foot around me.
We're talking in that department.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, talking about size, let me share this video with you because it made me laugh so much this morning because it's well edited.
Hey David, they had a little bird on the beach yesterday on the right by the river that had a nest in the rocks. Oh Lord help me. That wasn't gonna turn out well. I already saw that.
Ow. And
I knew that wasn't gonna turn out well. But
That
but there was
funny.
I don't even know what kind of bird this was, but I had my landing pad down. I put the Air 2S,
Got a
and I
picture of
looked
it?
over, and he was sitting there with his wings going.
Got a picture of it?
Johnny. Johnny was in the chat. Hey.
Joel, do you have a picture
Yeah.
of it?
No, I didn't take a picture of it.
Just
It-
remember, this time of year is nesting season as well.
Oh yeah, they had a nest because it went over by the rocks by another one that was by the rocks. So there had to be the nest up in there.
This time of year, even the minute birds, you like hummingbird, pick up the courage to like, I'll fuck you up if you fucking come near me. Yeah, it's
But
that time
he
of year.
stood,
Oh,
he stood
TJ.
there. He stood there and looked at me and was going with his wings, and he said, "Don't you start that drone." Instead of just taking off auto, I started the propellers.
TJ.
It went right back to its nest.
Yeah.
You know.
What's up,
Sorry,
Jim?
TJ, you'll have to message Justin if you want to get in, and he'll get back to you in about 3 weeks.
No, but I unlocked the meeting back. I only left the waiting room though.
That TPA one looks like a gamer.
No, the channel is like
Full of
It's
shit.
got
half-ass at best.
96 subscribers and it says TPA Gaming Jonah.
Yeah, it's fake.
Yeah, and it just has a
Jonah
few
Gaming.
gaming clips. They
Jonah.
look like they ripped off of somebody else's channel.
Oh, they're
And
doing
he's-
the Justin. They're doing the Justin stuff.
His
Ah,
at name is.
The
Mind
thing
you,
is,
his
we're in Paul's chat
Copy
2
Justin's
days ago.
site.
Oh,
his at name is Devious Jonah.
yes, but he was actually in Paul's chat a few days ago. And I removed his message. So
well, I hit him from Paul's channel, so he's gone. Unless he makes another channel.
Might be doing that right now. We got nothing better to do.
Oh, I'm sure that person's got multiple accounts because they had. I guarantee the 2 or 3 people that were trying to come in weren't different people. They were the same person, just using different accounts.
Mm.
They're going around finding live streams to troll.
Yep.
And then they're just using virtual cameras to put the shit on there.
So you can put yours up, Justin. 'Cause nobody goes in there.
I can burn. What's up, Donald?
You sure that's Donald?
John.
He's in the chat. Nutball.
Well, we sure it's him. Might
Yeah,
be
he's got
fisheye.
Yeah, well, we'll deal with fisheye. We have.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Lance is not acting. Didn't probably talk with Lance about this 360 stuff, but that's okay.
Well, if
Yeah.
that was Donald, then
I'm
he
surprised Lance not here too.
if that was Donald, he would agree Lord of the Rings was just a copy of Harry Potter.
Lance is in the chat.
Oh, I
Yeah,
did
I
go see I did go see the latest Mission Impossible Saturday.
Oh, is it good?
It's very good, and it puts a nice bow on the 8-movie franchise.
See here.
They managed to weave a little bit of each movie all into this last movie. How it all ties together. And it is a very long movie. It's 2.5, almost 3 hours long.
God, Ben. I might have to try.
So that's definitely on my buy list when it comes out on digital or even on. I'll probably buy it on physical media. I want the best quality for this one. The theaters is just so disappointing to me. I guess I'm just spoiled.
Yeah, I found it online, but it's only a cam version. I'll wait till it comes out with HD.
Yeah. But
I feel like-
movie theaters are just, I don't know, the sound quality is not there. The picture quality is suspect. It's just, I can say, it's just, a lot of times I wait for a movie to come out, on digital. I don't want to pay a lot. And if I really am interested in it, I'll buy it on the media part of this. Even my wife, see now that I took my wife, and now she said, I don't remember the other ones. Did I go to all of those? And I said, I'm not sure. She said, well, maybe that'd give me something to do on my summer off is watch all the Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do when I get an HD copy of it. I'm just gonna go back and watch them all.
Yeah.
Well,
'Cause they
there
all
you
do-
go, Trey. You've just completed Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
You've got a woman to watch them all.
It's been a while since I've seen some of the older ones. Is Tom Cruise in the new one?
Yep.
Okay, he's still in there.
Tom Cruise is still there, and you will see people from the past, from the very first movie, in this movie.
I just didn't see the. I didn't even know they made another one. To be honest, you just don't see movie like advertisements like you used to back in the day. You know.
Well, they
It's
don't flood the regular TV stations with movie trailers, unless it's something that Disney puts out on every ABC channel. Because Disney owns ABC, ESPN, so when they have something come out, it's on there throughout the news broadcast and every other commercial show that's on there. You see the trailers then, but yeah, you get usually I see the trailers on social media, but that's where everybody's at. Social media. So that's where they do all the trailers at now, on social media, or you see it in the theater. And like I said, I like going to the movies. That's what me and my wife usually go on our date. We go out to the movies and see. We see all the trailers of those movies that are coming out. This is gonna be a good summer. They got a new Jurassic Park coming out.
Oh, I can't wait for that one. That's the one I want to see.
Yeah,
Well, Dre, what did you think of the new Lilo and Stitch movie?
Well, that's not my cup of tea, Paul. Only reason I know about the first Stitch is because my kids, my adult kid, when they came out, they like that. We have a copy of the original Stitch in the house somewhere. It might be on VHS tape somewhere in the closet, or as I remember.
You should go and see it. You should go and see it, Dre, guys.
Yeah, I'll wait for it to come out on the Disney Plus and whatever, and I'll get it for the grandkids. That's what I said. That's the only thing I buy now.
Yeah. I get it for the grandkids. We have heard that story before.
Yeah, that's it.
We're only watching Thomas the Tank Engine for the grandkids. We're the grandkids at school.
I can see Dre sitting there with a big drink of some gummy bears and some popcorn, watching it at the theater, going, "Wow."
Yeah, with a box of tissues when Stitch died, like Laura started crying.
He was saying, "Thank God he's dead. Won't come out again."
I feel so bad, right? I'm sat in the cinema. Stitch is there, dead on the beach, and then I'm in stitches at Laura, crying. Everybody else is like tearing up, and I'm like laughing at Laura. I'm like,
Laura was crying, huh?
That's the thing is, me personally, like I understand people get sad in movie moments like that, but I could not cry for a fake character that doesn't exist.
Hey, Warren.
I can't even cry for a movie star I didn't know personally. Like if I don't know you personally, I probably wouldn't shed a tear for you just because I don't have any
Don't
feelings.
fucking worry, I
towards
don't
you.
want to shed a tear for you either.
Well, I'm just saying.
I must be cold-blooded then. I must be cold-blooded. When my dad died, I didn't cry. It was about 10 years later, I thought about him one day and I cried. I must be cold-blooded.
What's up, Warren?
Yeah,
No, it's just I can't get that kind of like emotions for somebody I didn't know personally, like especially with a fucking fictional ass character. I don't know.
It's not fictional in the film. They've CGI'd him.
I bet you cried when John Wick got shot.
John Wick's a badass.
Yeah, that ballerina. I had to figure out what time frame on that was. First, I guess this was like pre John Wick scenario, or actually in between some of those movies where he had to come after this chick.
Huh.
But when it first advertised, I thought it was like, John. The problem is he's in this movie, so you can't put a dead man in the movie,
Yeah.
Unless it's Star Wars.
Well, they never actually said he was dead. They
No,
just showed. They
no, well, I
showed
mean-
a ominous shot of his grave.
Right.
it's
Well,
like
we saw him get shot in the last movie, and then they showed the grave site and stuff. So we have to connect the dots, connect the dots, and assume that's his burial place. But once again, he can't come back into the fold and hunt this chick down because that's what whole reason the whole series of movies was, for him to get back out after he fell back in, going after that monster son for killing his dog.
God, could you imagine if somebody killed his wife?
Yeah.
I can't
Well, you know
remember
what?
She
After-
died of natural causes. So.
Yeah, after that second movie, I thought that might have been a premise that someone gave her some poison, and it came out as her thinking that she had cancer or something, and might have, because I know there were some references by some of these folks about his wife and all this kind of stuff, and I don't know, they were just poking the bear type thing, but it made you think that these guys actually kill his wife to get him, riled up.
Yeah, that's what I said. If his wife wouldn't have died of natural causes and somebody killed her, I mean, look how many people he fucking murdered for a dog.
Yeah.
His wife did. Look how that.
Yeah. He's dedicated for sure.
There you go. That's the key thing. He is dedicated.
But you know how he gets when he takes a weapon off somebody, he takes his thumb and he pulls the rack back and checks to make sure it's loaded.
Mhm.
My son said, "Yeah, I could do that," and he was showing me. So I took I tried to do it, and it caught my finger in that rack, man. I had a big blood blister and everything. I said,
That's
"God
what I say,
darn."
though. You get caught in that web.
It hurts.
He's
It's not
come
gonna
up
hurt.
with a couple of unique loading moves and stuff from when he was doing the filming that people actually are trying them now.
Yeah.
But he actually went and did jujitsu. I think he's like a brown belt or something. He's not a black belt, but he's pretty far. He's getting pretty far up there.
Well, brown is only one off black.
And then he, but isn't there like 9 degrees or something per black belt or something?
It's something like that. I
So
still got a hard spot right there where that sucker caught me. It's right there. It's like a little bead on the inside.
No,
Yeah,
it's just his dedication to the film though was insane.
Yeah, well, him and Tom Cruise both do a lot of their own stunt work and stuff, so they really put the effort in. Captain Ray Kelly's in the house. We get to add Captain Ray Kelly SAR, search and rescue. Now that he got his thermal drone.
They must be running out of EMTs and medics. I've seen them 2 times now in the last week on here, pushing a class that New Orleans is giving.
Hold on, so Ray's the one that got the thermal drone?
Yeah.
Why did
Yeah,
Ray
Captain
get a
Ray.
thermal drone? Is he doing work for something that he needs
Yes, he
that
wants
now?
one.
or what?
Well, I think this incident down at the beach, not far where he's at, upstate New York, or not upstate, outside of New York City.
The
I
guy
think
they were
kind of
looking for.
right. I think that might have sparked a little something in him. And
No, I mean, if he wants to buy one, David, then by all means, I'll just ask him because those thermal cameras are fucking expensive.
well, that's my thing, and that's when the guy goes by CT Pirate. He was talking about selling his, and I asked him. I said, "What kind of work do you do with it?" He said, "I just bought it to have fun with it." And he says, "I also have the 4T also." And I'm like, "Wow, that's a lot of money just to have."
Well, that's all I was wondering. I was curious if he got a job doing work for where he needed that, or
Well, like I said, I mean, if you want to start doing search and rescue, working with Oregon. Because like I tell a lot of people, each city, county has a what they call it, they're like a auxiliary of police departments. And it's usually a bunch of retiree people, stuff like that. They volunteer to help with parades and other special events. And it can extend to search and rescue because 9 times out of 10, search and rescue is a volunteer effort. You have paid officers who train in that because you may have to cover large areas. They look for volunteer groups to come help out cover the wide area that they're looking.
Yeah, I
CERT
watched.
teams, that's what I call it, CERT. SCRT. CERT is the name of the
Yeah,
group.
it's like a rapid response team.
Yeah, it stands for Civilian Emergency Response Team. That's exactly what the acronym goes for, CERT. So that is you know, I almost got to get to our local one, but they're very big in ham radios. A lot of them are older people, and a lot of them grew up in the era of ham radio and stuff like that. And like I always try to tell people, when emergency situations, floods, earthquakes, tornadoes, all that kind of stuff, normal phone lines will be down, cell phones will be down because they're jam packed, and things like ham radios or two-way radios may be the only actual way of communicating with people. So one of the first things they do is they always get a lot of their members or majority of the members certified in using ham radios.
Yeah, I remember that, Ray. And Jim, yeah, I saw some of his training videos there. They're pretty crazy. The guys that were training him on the weapons, though, said he was just insanely dedicated, super focused.
Yeah. So like I said, you know, that's why I tell a lot of folks, if you want to, you know, do certain things, drones can be very helpful, especially if you live in small communities that may not have the funding to get these type of tools. Definitely can help out. Never hurts.
I wanted to believe it's proved. I'd like to beg to differ on that, Dre.
What? You say it does hurt?
Well, back in the early 90s, I got asked to volunteer searching for a guy that had threatened his family, and the police were looking for him. And we got told not to approach him; he could be armed and dangerous. But if we see him, you know, thingy. So we volunteered and we went looking, and we went down into the woods, and we heard this car, and stupidly, I was like, "We need to go and check it out." And we went over, opened the door. There was the fella, his wife, and his kids, gone. No, that bloody hurts.
Well, you know,
It
every type of activity is not for everybody.
Yeah.
Just like joining the military, you know.
I was
it's
only
not
a
for everybody.
teenager.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's not for everybody, depending upon how you are as an individual, regardless of age and all that kind of stuff. There's certain type of work that's, like I say, nobody likes finding a dead body. And I know from my experience working in law enforcement, it's a smell, finding a body that you never forget. Just
Well, you never forget that.
Never
It's
forget the smell of a
it's the
dead body.
vision I won't ever forget.
Yeah, the vision. If it's a gruesome scene where, you know, body parts, stuff like that, you know. So there's certain things that can trigger people and stay with them for a lifetime.
Well, like
And,
I said, there was no like loose body parts, but he connected the hose pipe to the exhaust and put it through the window.
Yeah, so they have
Used
signs
the child
of
safety locks to stop the kids getting out, and handcuffed his wife to the door.
Yeah, so basically they had signs of asphyxia, discoloration of the skin, the veins. I don't know how long they've been out, but the veins are at the surface.
They were
pretty
all
much.
It was all pretty much dark, like a darky purple. It was
right.
Yeah, like a bluish dark purple, like traumatic asphyxia.
Yeah, I mean, I've walked on scenes where the skin is moving because the body's been there for a couple of weeks and the maggots are just below the skin surface, just crawling all around.
That sucks too.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, but Dre, I picked up a woman one time who was complaining about chest pain, right?
Right.
And we get there, and we had to have a second unit because she was about 340 pounds.
You have
So
that.
we get the
effect on us
second
all,
unit, we
Joe.
get in there to get her, and we're starting to move her. And as I go to move her in, well, we'll discuss. I hope nobody's eating. When I started to move her, a roach crawls
Bit
over my
late now.
finger, right? And I looked over and I knocked it off, and it was an old house. I figured a roach, no big deal. When we started to move again, another one crawled over my hands.
Mm.
I said, "Darling, you got a lot of roaches in your house or something?" And we got her up on a stretcher and did it. And I said, let's get a reading on. And we opened up a shirt, and when we lifted this, they had flaps of skin. There were roaches in between there biting her. That's what chest pains were. She was feeling.
Okay, sorry, man. I got it.
That was disgusting.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things to consider when you especially as a volunteer. Not, and like I say, these groups, certain teams or whatever else, that's something of the rare occasion they'll be involved in, search and rescues. And like search and rescue, the news make it sound like it happens every day, but it's very rare for departments to be involved in such activities. It might be once a decade type thing where you have a massive search for somebody, things like that.
Did you see a lot of those asphyxiations?
I had one by hibachi.
Yeah.
I had a hibachi, put in the bathroom, put towels underneath the door, lit the coals, and laid in the bathtub.
Yeah, that'll do it. The only thing I ever had, we talked about it in EMS class, was traumatic asphyxia, where you get the blood and it all rushes like that, same thing. And it was about a week on the job. There was a guy that got out his automobile on top of a bridge to help somebody change a tire and got hit. And pinned, he got hit, bounced off the other car, and it caused traumatic asphyxia. Top up. Yeah. When I got there, he looked like a Smurf.
Wow.
I looked down at him. I'd take a double take. He was as blue as this.
Wow.
I said, "Oh, that's traumatic asphyxia." Because it happens so fast.
Yeah, but like I always say, it's nice to have those resources available, even though you never want to have to activate them. But like I say, it comes in handy, especially for small departments that don't have the resources themselves. That's why I tell people that, my old drones, I try to donate them to my local PD. I mean, not that they're going to be using them for actual work, but those guys got to train. You don't want to train with what you spent thousands of dollars for. You got some older drone, and you're constantly training with the guys who do the work, or you're getting new people who may be new to drones themselves. It gives them opportunity to learn how to fly a drone, something that's not going to be a value that you going to be essential to what your operation is.
My son Justin was telling me the other day that Covington, where he was, they're starting a drone unit now.
Right.
And he heard it from a couple of people that were really good friends of his, that they were actually looking for officers to train, and none of the officers want to train to do 107. So that they said they're going to be reaching out for volunteers that have 107s and bringing them in, and not giving them a commission, but putting them in as like a reserve.
Right. Yeah. I've got I got a request for that just the other week. Corona, city of Corona, about 20 minutes from me, they called, not the city itself, but this guy, drone broker guy, because I know Al had one there up in the Bay Area where they were recruiting civilians to be operators and VOs. Same thing down here. They wanted people to be VOs and operators for the PD. Like I say, Corona is a smaller city, maybe 50 officers tops. So they don't want to take anything from the streets or patrol officers and stuff. So they'll try to hire out. I think they were paying about $30 an hour. And they said you work 10 hour shifts and stuff. So I told them, I said, no, I don't think my current job will allow me to be gone 4 days a week, 10 hours a day. But I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well,
I was telling Justin, I said I ought to go apply for it and go out there and work for him, because that's the department he just resigned from, and I can mess with the chief, a little bit.
Some of those officers probably don't want to do it because they don't, they got enough shit they got to do.
Well,
That
like
could-
I say, everything's not for everybody. And like
Right.
I say, the fact of having a study for that part 107, that might make some people a little skittish, whatever the case may be. It may be that, like you said, it may be the fact that now they feel like, well, that means I'm going to be on call all the time because they're going to want to call me out every time they got a suit or they got a hostage situation or a guy barricaded. They're going to want to call out a drone. And guys don't want to be. Some guys don't want be on call all the time for that type of scenario. Just like I tell people, guys on SWAT are not just sitting around the station waiting for a SWAT call out. Those guys are usually detectives or regular patrol officers who do their normal jobs, and when a scenario comes, they get called out to arrive at that location for a SWAT call out. It's an additional duty. It's not just them hanging around waiting for the bell to go off.
Yeah, it's not like the movie SWAT where they're all hanging out in their little hangout room.
Yeah.
Bullshit until they get a call.
No, in most departments, those officers are doing regular duties of where they're assigned to do. Like I say, some are detectives, some are regular patrol officers, or the case may be, and then when the bell goes, they respond. And 9 times out of 10, wherever they're at, they go to wherever the location is and they bring the equipment to them. They usually have a SWAT vehicle, and the vehicle will have all their equipment staged inside that vehicle.
I mean, if they're actually asking for volunteers to do drone work, are they going to expect them to use their own drones, or are they going to supply drones to use?
I've seen it go either way, Mark. Sometimes the department may supply the drones, or others have asked them to volunteer themselves and their drones. But the thing is, here you fly under the department's coverage and authorization, and you will fly
Who is
under
that?
this. That's Paul.
That's Paul.
And also you would be covered under the local jurisdiction. It'd be city, county, whatever. You're covered under their insurance policy just in case something goes wrong, your drone crashes or stuff like that. That nobody can come after you legally because you're doing work. You're doing work for the municipality.
Well, they're going to be struggling in some places where they've banned the use of the DJI drones to find people who haven't got DJI drones.
Well, that's always the big argument in all these states. I think Texas was one of the last ones. Well, Texas it did do the one, but I guess they had the one about people shooting drones down that they finally came to their senses and they got voted down. But like I say, until these states and other jurisdictions realize, like I said, they're not banning drones itself. They're banning DJI drones, Chinese-made drones, and and they're going to figure out, Skydio is not what it all says it is. Alltel's Chinese make this. So Skydio, there are other American-made drones, but the cost factor. That's why I always tell people it's the cost factor is the issue. Now you're telling a department they got to spend twice, 3 times as much for the same drones you could have bought from DJI or Alltel, whoever. And that's what's sad, because a lot of these departments do not have a budget for this type of technology. Most departments who buy these drones are in the same category when departments get canine. Canines are not budgeted for majority of departments. They are usually fundraiser deals, or they get grants from the state or federal government to get these other tools. Just like we're talking about people getting these armored personnel vehicles for police departments. That's not being bought by that actual department.
No, those are grants from the federal government.
That's right. They're grants from the federal governments or deals from the federal governments to the military or whatever to distribute these vehicles. So that's what I'm saying. That if you were to talk to anybody in a department, they ask them, well, who pays for your canine? 9 times out of 10, they say, well, yeah, we did a fundraiser. We got citizens who donate this and that, or you give money to help support the canine program, all this kind of stuff. Because this is not in the budget for departments to have that. And the same thing with drones.
Oh yeah,
And
because
it's-
they were talking about Dre about how militarized the police have come. And I was
Mhm.
watching this little like documentary on YouTube. They were talking about these little small town police departments that had like 10
Yeah.
officers, but they had a big ass Bearcat. I was like,
Yeah, yeah. Our department has a Bearcat. The department has a Bearcat sitting
oh,
in the
I was
back.
talking about these like little Midwest like
Yeah,
little
yeah.
towns, dude, and
Armed
they
to the,
got two
armed to
or
the
three
teeth.
Bearcats sitting there fucking in the garage. They only got like
Yeah.
10 officers in the whole department.
Yeah, armed to the teeth. That's just how that happened. You know?
I mean,
So,
even use Skydio, they might be made in America, but they're made with Chinese parts.
well, Mark, that's all part of the political nonsense.
Well, it's because it's not the parts they complain about, it's the software.
Yes,
I
well,
mean,
software and also where it comes from. That, like I
Yeah.
say, that's actually, as I said, it's all political nonsense. That if, like I always say, I truly believe if DJI would have ever had a operation, building drones here in America, facility here, this would not be the issue. Just like I said, back in the '80s when it was all about Japanese cars. Now you got Toyotas being made here, you have Hondas being made here in America, and that's what that stemmed from. Was that boycott back in the '80s against Japanese-made cars? So
Mhm.
like I say, it's just I mean, it doesn't say those cars ain't Japanese. All the parts come from Japan. They ship them here and they put them together here in Tennessee, Kentucky, and other places because people know, hey, now you're feeding communities. These folks are working at these auto plants and all that kind of stuff, and they just Chrysler, Ford, and GM. Now you got plants, like I say, you got Honda plants, you got Toyota plants, and everything, so on and so forth, which people never really talk about that much. But those plants feed whole communities.
But now with these tariffs, these companies are moving out, aren't they?
Well, you have
Not
some.
worth. It's not worth the hassle.
Yeah, and like I say, for them, it's easy for them to pack up because the parts are coming in from overseas. So if they shut that factory down, they just got to retool. Not they don't even have to retool. They just start assembling, back in Japan, where American companies. Same to you, Captain Ray. Thank you for your service. American companies were now they have taken the supply chain, and moved it to Canada, Mexico, and other parts of the world, to where now the parts for GM cars and Fords and Chevy, I mean Chryslers, are now coming in, and that's why they talk about how one vehicle made by Chevy has to go to Canada to get parts or transmissions or whatever, and then it has to go way down to Mexico to get other parts, and then come back to America. So it could be hit with tariffs from two different countries because it's traveled across the borders.
Well, I think quite a few of the big American car companies are no longer owned by America, aren't they?
Well, yeah, Chrysler is not owned by America. It's Chrysler.
No,
That's
Dodge
not
and
her-
Chevy are still.
No, well,
I mean,
it's-
Chevy and Ford are still.
yeah, Chevy and Ford are still American owned themselves. Well, the parent company of Chevy is GM, and Ford is Ford. Chrysler is, I think, it's Fiat.
General Motors.
Fiat owns most of the majority of Chrysler. Now I know it was Daimler, which was the German
Daimler.
Daimler, whatever. I know they primarily own Mercedes Benz. Because I have that Crossfire that sits out there that has been an excellent vehicle for my family. I drove it for several years. I gave it to my oldest daughter when she went off to college, and now the youngest daughter is driving that car. It is basically a Mercedes Benz with a Chrysler badge on it. The engine is Mercedes, the transmission is Mercedes, all the gauges inside are the same gauges you find in a SCL or SLC Mercedes 500 from 2003.
That was just the SL.
Yeah, SL. Yeah, the SL. Everything inside that car, under the hood, tranny, everything else is out of that Mercedes.
Yeah,
because
I've
I've had
rebadged cars.
Yeah, like I
Even-
said, I've had to buy
I-
parts that are worn out. I can't find them in America. Like I said, the last parts I had to buy were the turn signals. the turn signals that I have in there now, the actual holders for the bulbs, I had to get them from a Peugeot.
Yeah.
Because Peugeot made the turn signals for Mercedes back in that day.
Mm.
And that's how I had to be able to find, turn signals for that car. Because you
Oh,
can't,
yeah,
it's like the headlights. You can't, headlights for a Crossfire are almost $1,000 each. Because
Wow.
no one made a third party headlight for that vehicle.
Yeah, you see rebadged cars all the time, like in the late 90s, early 2000s. The Impalas and Malibus were the identical car.
Yeah, well, that's
Just
just
said two different names on it.
Yeah, that's why I say you look at Chevy and a couple other
Well, yeah.
brands. But like I say, they're all General Motors. General Motors, like I say, General Motors includes Cadillac, Chevy. I think there's a couple other brands. It's like
Oh,
They
it's
also
see what Ray said?
yeah. I have to go take a Cybertruck for a 40-hour test ride.
He gets a 2-day
Enjoy.
test drive in it.
Yeah,
yeah, General Motors with Vauxhall as well.
yeah. And I said they're global, just under different badges.
In fact, I had a Vauxhall, which in your country would be classed as a Cadillac Catera.
Mm-hmm. Right.
In fact, mine was badged.
I'll tell you what, I used to hate the Cybertrucks, Ray, but after seeing them in person, they are a little cooler in person.
Yeah, but they've got a lot of problems.
Well, every freaking car does these days.
To me, they're ugly.
No. Right. You're not seeing cars going down the road with the side panels just ripping off.
Well,
Yeah.
that's neither here nor my thing. It's just an ugly vehicle.
Yeah,
just
like I said, I didn't
Cybertruck.
like the pictures of it when I first saw it, but I have seen a couple in person, and they are a little cooler in person. I still wouldn't want to drive one, but they are bulky as shit when you see them in person.
Yeah, they're bulky. I mean, I've seen them, several of them, and it's just nothing about it appeals to me. Like I said, when I go look at a Vet, I go look at a Ferrari or even my car, a Jaguar. It has to be something about the look, the shape, the feel of that vehicle that draws me in. That's
the visual always plays a big part in it.
Yeah, it does nothing. I mean, it is technology-wise, it is awesome. My son has 2 Teslas, my oldest son, and technology-wise, they are awesome vehicles. It's just not for me yet.
I mean, this Cybertruck will attract one member of our panel that regular on here, and that's going to be Mudball Don. Because after you've done a speed test down the road on it, it will be like a dune buggy. Be open top and all left.
Yeah, like I said, just each his own. Your own background. Your own
I mean, they seem
how
to
you
be
feel about
selling
cars.
because I'm seeing more and more Cybertrucks on the road every day down here.
Well,
Yeah,
I think the hype has gone down quite a bit. I remember when they first announced it, people are lined up at dealerships, at the factory, and everything. Billy Powell drove halfway across the country just to see the unveiling of the Cybertruck.
Yeah, started to see more of them here in Mandeville too. Had one in front of me the other day, and on the back it was painted black and it said Toyota.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Why not?
That wasn't Johnny's, was it?
No.
Yeah, you don't see that shit going on down in Florida. Fucking people keying and parking dealerships down here.
Look, I've got no qualms with anybody wanting one, right?
Oh, I'd love to have a Tesla.
No qualms with, people not wanting one, but they're just falling apart and they don't conform to road standards across the world, right? You can't legally drive one in the UK or Europe or Australia because 1, our roads are not made for them. 2, the lights are illegal. And 3, it's very frowned upon if you're whacking the person behind you with a fucking side panel.
We've got a Tesla dealer next to Manchester City Stadium.
Yeah, but they can't sell Cybertruck.
Ah.
They can sell them for use on private land, but
Yeah,
you
but
can't
to be
sell
fair, you
them for
got
use on the road.
yeah, but to be fair, you guys are always touchy about everything. You guys make laws.
Yeah,
for
it's just
everything.
jealous. That's all it is.
Oh,
They didn't think
oh
of
yeah,
it first.
we're very
We
touchy
know that.
about not putting chemicals in our food, and
Hey,
being
obesity is still an issue over there.
not talking
Is it
about.
not?
We're not talking about obesity here.
Is
That's a sugar
diabetes an
problem.
issue
Let's
over there?
talk about it.
We're not talking about the sugar. We're talking about the
You
other
guys have
chemicals.
just as high a cancer rate, so obviously it doesn't really make that big of a difference. I'm saying
you know,
you guys have obesity problem over there. You guys have diabetic problems. You
Of
guys
course
have
we
high
do.
cancer
We have
rates
your
just like every
freaking
other
fast
country.
food restaurants over here.
Hey,
We
you
don't
guys
have-
choose to eat them.
Yeah. We don't have as many people die of food poisoning though.
I don't know anybody who's ever died of food poisoning. I know a few people that got food poisoning. I don't know anybody that's actually died from it. Just made you really sick for about 3-4 days.
You can, especially if that food poisoning turns out to be E. coli. That can kill.
I've just personally never known anybody. I know Sarah got food poisoning one time from a caterer at one of her work parties. Her and one other person got sick off the beef that they had made.
Now he says a caterer from one of the parties. What he means to say is it was cooking he did.
It was a what's it?
I don't know. I wasn't there. It was a party just for employees. But she got sick for about 3 days. She was really sick. Yeah, that's what they classified her with, was food poisoning. She found out one other person at her job got it as well. So they were chucking it up to probably the beef.
Unusual if there was only 2 people at the beef.
Yeah, it could have just been a bad couple of pieces too, though. I don't know.
Actually,
But that's what they diagnosed him with, was food poisoning.
Yeah, you can usually tell food poisoning. Like within a couple of minutes of you eating, you end up throwing up and diarrhea.
Yeah, like I said, I've known 2 or 3 people have had it, but I've never known anybody die from it.
I grilled a couple of pieces and I had some ribs on yesterday, and I got a beef shoulder something and another piece of roast. And that beef came out perfect. I mean, it was you could cut it with a butter knife.
That's
It was
because
so
it's
good.
water.
You barbecuing today too, or you just eating leftovers?
Eating leftovers today. I grilled it yesterday. And the other day I don't have to worry about it.
Barbecue food's just as good the next day, there.
Of course.
Yeah.
And now
when
you know
whip
why
it
they have
up.
food poisoning problems.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Always
So
eat.
not like that smoky flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, the majority of food poisoning comes from either fish, pork, or chicken.
What, did you
That's what.
smoke it or what?
I did a little
No,
offset.
we
I always do offset cook. You know.
I'm gonna be honest,
offset.
Justin. I find most people tend to eat pork, beef, and chicken, not smoke it.
It's hard to really hard to type.
Like you ain't lived then.
Like I cooked a bunch of chicken last Mother's Day. It comes out burnt out on chicken. Got some ribs, and I said got that roast. I put them on the grill, man. It came out. Thank you.
Yeah, Sarah did some pulled chicken sandwiches the other night, barbecue,
Mhm.
that she did in the crock pot all day.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Shredded.
Yeah, she cooked it in the crock pot and then shredded it after it was
Yeah.
done cooking. Yeah, it was really good.
Excuse me.
See, David, what we mean by smoked chicken over here is we force the chicken to smoke a whole pack of cigarettes beforehand.
Yeah, many, many.
Yeah, no, we
He's
only,
gonna sit here and smoke the whole damn pack.
yeah, we only do that with beagles.
See
Yeah,
somebody
fucking
holding the
chicken.
chicken down. Smoke it. Smoke it.
Chicken sat there. I've got fucking cancer.
Like super troopers, we're gonna sit here and make you smoke the whole bag. No, God.
Sound like boot camp.
Oh,
And it looks up at you and says, but I only smoke Chesterfields.
Yeah. I'm not 21 yet.
It's your 21 and chicken years.
chicken ears. Oh man.
Ugh.
Joe, are you gonna go fly?
Don't know.
Wait
I'm
for
thinking
Johnny
about it. It
Cole.
was supposed to rain later, but it's gloomy right now. I'm awake. Like I said, I'm thinking about going down on the Bogfalaya River with all the kayaks. Ought to be loaded today.
You said that that's where all the bikinis were.
No, it's mostly people fishing and people in kayaks.
There any fireworks tonight you can go catch?
I don't think. If they had any, they might have had them last night. There was a big to-do going on at the lakefront yesterday, and I drove past it one time and said, "Oh hell no, I'm not coming back to here. It was so busy."
And if any of you are flying anytime soon, make sure you got that real ID because they are getting strict about that shit. You gotta have that little gold star on your license.
Hey, Kentucky was asking for an extension. They said we only had 20 years to figure this out. We haven't done it yet, so can we have an extension?
I don't see the fucking point in it. What does a stupid gold star add to your license that proves anything?
It just
That your
means that you've
license
been
original-
verified at the DMV that you are a United States citizen and where you live.
That's what the license itself should represent.
Yeah, it should, but
let me
now
take
they've
that
just
back,
given
'cause
that an added
there's
feature.
some states that have been giving out licenses to people that aren't. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that thing to me is, if a tourist, like say me, was visiting America, I've got to show my passport to get into America. But then if I fly from one American airport to another American airport, do I still need to show my passport
Nope.
at the other as well?
To board your plane, to just board the plane, you would, because they do ask you for your boarding pass and an ID when you board the plane to
Okay.
verify that it's the same person. But it's literally them just looking at, okay, you're Mark White, ticket says Mark White, go ahead. It's not like
Right.
you're there stopping and having to stamp your passport and all that bullshit. You're not going through like customs type security.
You know, I've only had about 3 countries ever stamp my passport.
I don't even think they stamp them anymore. Most of them, I think it's all electronic now. They just
Philip-
scan it.
That is.
Except when you fly into Orlando, they do stamp it and they got a little notation. Another idiot coming here to see the mouse.
Yeah. I think the only countries that have stamped my passport are Malta, the Seychelles, and the Philippines. Everywhere else I've been, they don't bother.
Yeah, because I think majority of the like really like more first world countries, more modern countries, I think they're all electronic now. They just scan it. It goes into because I think that's a system that all countries share that database, right?
Oh, our passport have a biometric queue now, passport control.
Yeah, and
So
then they have
they just-
RFID chips in them too, don't they?
The retina scan as you
Yeah.
walk past.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't need it. There's no point in having that then. The stamp's just an old school method. It's really not needed anymore.
It just looks good though when you've got all these countries in your passport.
Yeah, it should at least give you a little sticker or something to throw on
Mm.
there. Say I was here.
Well,
Well, what I gotta figure out, Joe, is they're having a Memorial Day parade downtown Port Huron, starts at 11 o'clock today. Should I go fly? But there's buildings, you know?
Oh, you
Well-
don't need to be flying around. Just find a spot. You can pop your drone up and just let it hover and video.
You shouldn't be flying over people anyway.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Go off to the side of the parade, find a good spot, even if you're like a block away or something, pop it up and
If-
just let it
Yeah,
record
just
over
make
top.
sure that you have situational awareness,
Yeah, if you were
Because
in,
actually he could
knowing where the
park
buildings
over.
are.
Well, the thing is,
Oh.
Joe, is he could actually park his drone over top of one of the buildings where he wouldn't be over nobody and just let it hover and video.
Just don't zoom in, because then you'll forget where you're at.
if he was in Canada or the
Well,
UK,
I guess what I was asking is should I try it or no?
That's up to you.
It depends if you feel comfortable enough.
Well, I've flown down there for parades before, but it's been a while.
make sure that if you're going to hover over a building, it's one that has a staircase up to the roof.
He ain't gonna get up that staircase anyway.
Well, a lift then.
No, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You find a nice view of the parade, angle your drone in a nice view. Make sure you're over somewhere where you're not over people and park it and just let it sit there and hover and video. When it runs out, it starts getting low on battery, bring it back, throw another one in, take it back up.
If something happened and if Paul dropped it on top of one of the roofs, he'd be like Scrooge. Hey, boy, could you run up on the roof and get me my drone?
He'd be fine if it landed on one of the roofs. Somebody'd get it down for him.
I don't know. It's just a thought, and I just looked it up, and it's at 11 o'clock. It's downtown Port Huron.
It's just showing on the TV a panel truck going by a house, and the house has a Ring door camera on it, right? And it just passes the house and explodes.
Oh, I
One of
saw
the
that.
side panels flew all the way over and hit the house.
Yeah, it just scattered everywhere. It just like the whole
Yeah.
truck just disappeared.
Find the video.
I saw it on
Oh,
Facebook this morning. It was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
And
David
Paul,
found it more than I can. I don't even know where it was. I don't
Paul, if
look for it.
anybody downtown asks you anything, you just say, "Do you know the city manager, Draymond Crawford?" And they're just gonna back off. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, boss man, yeah, we ain't messing with him."
I know Drake. Leave me alone.
You're like, who the hell's Dre?
Yeah, they tell you when you use your phone call, make sure you call him to bail you out.
Who he calling? He's calling somebody to see if it's okay to fly.
I don't know. He's probably just calling to get information or something. I mean, like I say, he'll be fine if he just parks over a building or somewhere where there's not people standing.
As long as he remembers where the buildings are, he'll be fine.
That's the great thing about a parade. It's going down the central street, so you can pop your drone up,
Oh,
100
yep.
feet, 150 feet, get a good view at a good angle of it, and just let it sit and record.
Here you go,
Don't
guys.
mess with it.
I believe this might have been the start of the making of Back to the Future 4.
Driver walks away with only minor injuries
Is it?
after that. Home security
Jesus
video showing the
Christ.
sudden explosion of a box truck Saturday morning in Addison. The force felt through multiple homes.
I thought, wow, they're starting early with the fireworks this year, but that one.
Could have
That
had,
must have
you
been
could
a
have had the
bad
American.
pressure.
You could have had the
What?
local idiot. Well, I thought they were going to start the fireworks everything.
Oh, Dre
That
left.
sucker, whatever was in there blew up.
That must have been a bad pressure relief valve or something. Because usually they have a relief valve on that will relieve pressure so that doesn't happen.
Oh, God, good luck.
Yeah, no.
Cracking, did I blow Dre off the
Only the
panel?
TJ breakfast.
Did the explosion scare Dre off?
No, he
Yeah, I
said he
think
had to
so.
go get some breakfast. and
PTSD.
When I go, yeah, and see, and if you were able to get like roof access to like a 2-story building, Joe, you just walk up on the roof. You don't have to fly the drone. Just set it on the edge, turn it on.
Yeah.
Just let it sit there and record.
Right. Joe, I don't suppose you know anything about bamboo, so I won't ask you.
No,
I need to do colours. So I've got the print and I've got the pauses where the colours are.
right.
Yeah. How do I get it to change colour in the image?
I don't know if you could change color in the image. You might be able to by hitting that. You might be able to God darn it, where was it? I saw it in mine somewhere. It's in the settings where it says color somewhere in it.
Yeah,
And
I've
you
got
might
the
be able to
three
change
different-
colors.
Yeah, I've got the 3 different colours I need. It's just
Yeah, but Joe
obviously
doesn't
I
have
need
a
to add the
bamboo.
colour change.
So
Yeah,
wouldn't that be a completely different menu?
it probably is.
We don't care about that.
Either that or get up with Randy. Randy's really good with that stuff too. He might be able to help you. He's got multiple bamboos.
Oh, Johnny's got bamboo now.
Yeah, but he doesn't know how to do
Yeah,
this.
but from what
you
Joe
call it,
said, he don't know how to use it. So
It's his what you call it, his son-in-law doing it.
more of
Yeah, I
a
said it, John.
showpiece. Yeah, it's more of a showpiece.
I think when I start getting my state pension, I'm going to treat myself to one of them NEQ bits as a birthday present.
Don't you have a 3D printer?
Yeah, a G-Tech.
Does that still work?
At the moment, no, because it's in pieces.
Yeah.
Because it needs the hot end changing because the nozzle is jammed, stuck in it,
Ah, there
and
you go.
fucking thing out. I've got a new head to put on it. It's just a question of getting somebody to do it for me because I can't see the bloody wiring properly.
I'll back take bamboo.
You think you'll actually use it though, Mark?
Yeah, probably for some things anyway.
I'd like to get another one too.
If I get the NEQ bit, which is a damn sight easier to use, I'll probably use it more.
Yeah, I'd like to get another one at some point, but
Oh my god, what else it done?
I actually want to build myself a test bench at some point too. Because I could have used that 3 or 4 times already. They have a test bench rack that somebody was showing Jason. It kind of looks like a 3D printer, but it's not like the kind of the framing of it does. Kind of similar. But then it's got all the different brackets and everything to hook a power supply, all that stuff onto it. Motherboard. But it looks like a repurposed 3D printer frame. Like the frame of one.
Lots of people told me that. Well, 1 or 2. Hey, wait a minute. You're not interviewing me. You brought me here to take advantage of me.
What you doing, TJ? Why don't you come on the panel? We can get you a laugh for like 35 minutes.
Justin can kick you back off again.
Oh, great. Right, well, the fucking now.
So I finally got down to the third section of that candle, Mark. I'm on apple cinnamon now.
All right.
I made it through the vanilla chia and the snickerdoodle donut. But see, because when I burn candles, though, when it starts like going down into the wax, I'll trim the sides down, back down level with the candle. You know, the edges of it. 'Cause
All you
it-
need for that is just put it in the oven and heat it up, and it'll all melt flat again.
Yeah, that's true. With my luck, I'd blow the oven up doing that. No, I usually just take a pair of scissors or something, just trim it real quick around the edge, and then burn it because it
Oh,
lasts longer, and you end up using actually most of the wax.
Is it in a glass container, or is
Yeah,
it
it's
just?
big, tall glass tube.
Yeah, just put it in the oven and it'll all melt flat again.
Because that's the thing is like when people burn candles and they go down the middle like that, they waste so much of the wax,
Yeah, that's true.
and then they end up throwing it away. But if you do it like I do it, you'll end up using every bit of it.
In fact, what you can do is once it's got down to that stage, you can buy candle wicks and just put a new wick in it and then melt the candle around it. In fact, any of the old candles you've got, you can melt them all and pour them all into one.
Yeah, or do the wax cubes.
Yeah.
Get a bunch of the wax cubes and refill it. I don't have any other candles. That's the only one I got. I don't buy them very often.
Yeah. Kate went through a phase. I think I've just thrown most of them out, about 6 or 7. I've got a couple down on the fireplace at the moment.
And I don't like wax burners like for the cubes because there have been too many times where them bitches got nudged and then all the fucking wax spilled out of them. Yeah, I don't like those things.
Don't you use like the oil burners where you put like a tea light candle inside them and then it's like a bowl on the top and you just put water and a couple of drops of oil in them?
I've never done those ones, but we do have them. But like I'm talking about, they have that same setup, but you put the wax cubes in the top and let them melt. But there's been too many times where somebody has walked by and hit a table by accident or something, and then the fucking wax went everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's just, they're messy. And then they have ones that plug into walls. Why the fuck you'd want a wax burner in your wall and a plug? And why people are walking by, because most of those are at foot height or shin height, No, dude, I just see that being a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
Well, guys, what do you think?
I don't think I've actually seen wax cubes over here. Mind you, I suppose
What are we supposed to think?
if you go into a candle type
Well,
shop,
I might go try and catch a little bit of the parade, but
What
you
time's the
guys
parade
are
start?
welcome to stay on here if you'd like.
Go
What
catch
time's
the
the parade
parade.
start?
yeah,
Make
we can
one of us hosts and we'll shut it down if we all feel like we want to
Who
leave.
do you want host, Justin,
I don't care.
or do you want Joe to be host?
Give it to
Give
anybody.
it to Justin. Give
Give
it
it
to
to
No, it
Justin. Okay.
It
He
doesn't
wants me
matter.
to have it.
They can always pass it on again.
He wants me to have it so I can kick him off.
Justin.
Here you go, Justin. You're the host.
Right, see you all later.
Oh man, my back.
Because you need to wake the fuck up, DJ. It's only fucking 10:30 in the morning.
He's working today.
You know,
Probably not.
No, he said he was yesterday.
Oh, yeah, he
he
did.
said-
That's right, he did. He said he didn't know if it'd be busy or not, and it's right by the beach on Memorial
Yeah.
Day.
I think he'll be a little busy with the consumable stuff. Sure.
Yeah, he will.
It's been
Guaranteed
raining.
he's gonna be busy.
It's been raining here this morning again.
The beaches are always packed during like Memorial Day, any kind of federal holiday. The beaches are usually packed with people barbecuing.
That's why I'm thinking about going
all
shoot
kinds of stuff.
the kayaks, because it ought to be loaded today.
By the way, Mark, half of Blackpool Beach has collapsed.
Collapsed.
Yeah, sea wall's gone in.
Oh God.
Well, from erosion.
Well, they're
Fucking
doing.
ma-
They're
What do you
actually
think?
doing work. But this is normally the time of year when the sea's calm. But the last 3 days, it's been rough as shit. So it's just pulled it all in.
The
Should
sea
have
wall
had Ed build it.
is an absolute massive concrete thing.
Yeah, it's down towards Cleveland where it's gone. I'm guessing.
Oh, they've been doing a lot of work on the beach there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just past where they've done the work. Which, you know, when they took the defences out to put the new ones in.
Yeah.
It's going to be there. So
Oh, that I found the name of that pub as well. That is run by my cousin's son. It's a hotel. It's called The Venue.
yeah, that's in Cleveland, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just on the edge of it, I think. It's right opposite where they're doing the work. Because when we were there for my auntie's funeral, we had the reception afterwards in there, and we could see all the machinery driving down onto the beach.
So does
No.
the seawall like block everybody from going onto the
No.
beach, or is it
No,
before you walk on the beach?
You've
The
got
beach-
like a sea wall with like paths and entrances that you get down onto the beach.
yeah,
Oh,
the beach
okay.
about 10, 12 foot below the road level,
Yeah, I'm trying to find the video.
Oh,
for-
okay.
There it
and
is.
the wall is just part of the thing that keeps the road where it is. It extends maybe 4 or 5 feet. No, probably about 4 foot above the actual footpath surface, but that's all.
I watched this little like 30-minute video this YouTuber did where he went to this little island. It's like the smallest island or whatever.
So
And there was like
This
fucking
is-
thousands of people living on this little thing. It only took 5 minutes to walk from one side to the other.
yeah, this was a sea front 1 hour after high tide.
Just can't remember the name of the island.
Quite funny. I've turned the sound off it because he's constantly chatting. But at one
So-
point he asks, "Is the iPhone 15 Pro Max waterproof?" And then gets a wave chucked right over the top of him. You're gonna find out.
I spilled I spilt some tea. The cat knocked my bloody cup over, and it must have gone in the battery in the charger socket on the bottom of the phone, because every time I plugged the charger in for about 4 hours afterwards, it kept telling me that there was damp in the charger socket and it wouldn't let me charge.
Yeah, they do have an IP rating. Like getting splashed, there ain't gonna do anything. Even a small submersion, like being submerged in water.
Hey, look at this one.
As long as
This
you
was
let it
last-
dry out.
This was yesterday.
Well, we had 23 mile an hour winds steady, gusting to 50 yesterday. So
Yeah.
our in Blackpool was even slightly higher than that.
The Samsung and iPhone, they'll even tell you when, if there's shit in the charging port, like lint
Besides
or
that,
something.
This is what I've got to face in October.
Yeah.
My old Samsung did that a couple of times when I went to plug in. It said there's debris in the charging port, and I look in there, and yeah, there's a piece of lint stuck in there.
Just want to remind people in October, I said no coat. I didn't say no umbrella.
You
So the
can't
part,
won't be able to use an umbrella in October in Blackpool.
so the part that
Yeah, it's this part, Mark, that started to collapse, where the waves have come over and hit this.
So is that the old part that they haven't gotten to yet to fix?
Yeah.
Oh well, I guess that's
But on the top of that hill is Norbrick Castle, and it's a very, very old building. It will cost billions to replace.
Mm.
You just wouldn't want to be. There you go, look. I like how he just picks it up and goes and puts it back. That'll save it. You can see all the stone where it's come off.
Yeah.
Okay, Brenda, I mailed that thing on the 24th. I gave it to the person who delivered my mail.
Well, that's pretty much what our sky looked like yesterday.
It went to Baton
Blue with
Rouge.
little puffy clouds
Now
everywhere.
it's in Houston. So it went to Houston instead of to Florida.
That
And
foam
it
stuff is
says
horrible.
the 31st will be delivered.
Yeah.
I can't remember what
Stupid
causes
ass
it.
place.
So
Like someone dumped a whole fucking wash liquid in the sea and he's gone, right, fuck it, have it back.
yeah.
So it went the opposite direction to come to Brenda.
Yeah, it did.
That's the steps. That's right at the centre of
It's
Blackpool,
a
nearly.
bunch of crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Problem is, you sent it with the post office.
You see
Yeah, I
what
know.
me, Justin? But this part of the seawall doesn't normally get covered in water.
It's 2 days
does-
select too.
It
has
does
got-
go quite a way up the steps, though.
Yeah, it comes up to about here, and then
Yeah.
these steps are normally clear.
Oh yeah, the guy that shipped me the robot had 2-day delivery, and it took him 3 days to get here.
Yeah, look at it. You know,
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my BMW's wing mirror to arrive so I can put it on and take it for its MOT.
I'm gonna bring a copy of it, and I want some money back because y'all always charge me 2 days select and take you freaking 8 days to get there.
Mm.
Dude, those are a
Oh.
good design on seawalls though, because it breaks up the momentum of the wave.
did you see that woman though trying to open the poo bag?
What's up, David?
Stuck in the wind.
It also gives you somewhere to sit.
AZ said morning to everybody.
Hey,
Morning,
D, what's up?
Hey, David.
Oh, I've worked out the colour thing. Right, where's my fucking order? OBS.
Master of Summer Wines on. Other one's foggy.
Yeah, some places are using those big concrete barriers now that kind of look like the jacks from the game, you know, the marbles and jacks. They kind of look like the jacks pieces.
Yeah.
And they just kind of just layer them and just kind of naturally let them just lock into each other.
Yeah.
And
Well, what
those
they're
are
doing
really
on
good
our
for breaking up
beaches-
waves.
We used to use them during the Second World War. They were called tank traps.
Yeah, but what they're actually doing now on our beaches is actually putting lines of stones. So you've still got your beach area where you can go and sit and everything, but then there'll be like a line of stone that's just there to break the waves up because of the angle the waves come at.
Yeah.
It used to get the the wave breaks going down into the sea that were just
Yeah.
like wooden walls going down into the sea.
Yeah, well, they're replacing them with brick.
Yeah. I don't think they'll be as good, to be honest.
So,
But at the same time, if you're putting shit down in the water to try to break the waves up, that could mess with the natural ecosystem on those beaches too.
there ain't much natural
There's
ecosystem on
not
Blackpool
any
Beach.
but Blackpool, no.
So
I'm not saying
Mark,
necessarily there, but
I've got the tram into the different colours. And because it's
Well,
going to be a
only-
keyring,
It's only
I'm
cream. It's only cream and green, isn't it?
it's got the black bit, well, grey, so I've got no black. And then it's cream, green, cream, green.
Mm.
But,
Except for all the LED lights all over them now.
well, no, they ain't got no LED lights at the moment.
Well, they've got the
Because-
rocket and the train.
No, they are stuck in depot. They're not allowed to run them.
did you send Brenda the tracking number, Jeff?
No, I'm gonna have to send it to her.
So, where's he?
We have shown them the little ones before, haven't we? I know we have.
Yeah. So,
I think
This-
I've got.
so that's the tram on
Yeah.
3D print. And that's the tram I'm actually making.
Is that thing on tracks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a train that runs through the
Oh,
The
they have
same-
trams in America, don't
almost.
worry. It just
Yeah.
doesn't look like
the same
a
as the same as your ones in San Francisco.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think San Francisco, honestly, that I know of, I think they're the only city that actually has trams.
Mm.
I could be wrong. I'm sure there might be another little small
Like
town.
they
city
were
must
that
be
called
over
has
the
one,
troll-
tram.
but-
They were called trolleybuses.
Yeah,
Which we
they've
have-
got some. Yeah, they've got some of them San Francisco trams in Blackpool, but they don't run because they can't run them on the thing. Because when the council, which owns Blackpool Transport, bought the new trams, they forgot to incorporate the old trams, and it was like, oh no, well, now we spent all this money on the new trams, the old ones that people come and pay money to see,
Mm.
yeah, can't run. But they're going to bring them out in October for the final few weeks of the lights.
I've got a small
So,
video.
when I walk down the seafront, you might see one or two.
I've got a small video on one of my where I did a hyperlapse of the tram coming into the station next to
Right?
within 100 yards of my house and
What?
then going out again.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna have to see your finished product once you get it off the printer. Because that, to me, for looking at that, doesn't even look like a tram. It just looks like a big block.
Yeah,
But I'm
unfortunately.
assuming you have to clean off some supports or something.
Not much. I think the problem is the on that, because obviously you can't really see the indents and stuff. So I'm
Yeah,
hoping.
you can't see the detail. That's the problem.
Yeah. On the white one I printed yesterday, once you turn the angle, you can see the detail. So I'm hoping the same with this when I do it in green and right. It's just that I've got to make them into key rings. So
Oh, they're
Again.
gonna be little key rings.
yeah, that makes it harder.
That's what you need to do, David. Print a bunch of shit like that and go stand and open a little booth in the touristy area and sell keychains to everybody.
I think they might go nuts because these are actually going to be for Tramtown in Blackpool for them to give out. Right.
I think they're probably copyrighted,
They're not.
aren't they?
No. Which is strange because I would have thought they would be.
Oh yeah, dude. American chicks love keychains, bro. You can sit down there and sell it to Americans all day long. You do little ones that just say London on them and just different shit like that. They'd buy them.
Mm.
Keychains and postcards.
Well, next time Gitchy's over this way, I'll tell her to take some home with her.
Mhm.
Still gonna be quite tall for a fucking keychain. I think I might.
Dude, like on my key ring, right? I got the key to my car, and that's it. Ain't nothing else on there. Just the key to my car. That's it. It's
Yeah.
just that's all I carry. Everybody else, dude, like Sarah's key rings or mom's key rings, dude, will have like 50 keychains on it. Fucking annoying. You go to stick it in your pocket and you feel like there's 10 keychains stabbing you in the leg.
My
President
Key-
will be there Saturday the 31st.
my key ring has a small LED torch on it, and my front door key and my back door key, and that's it.
Well, shoot, if you
Yeah, I don't
have a
put-
torch on there, don't you have to worry about fire?
The car's on a completely different key ring.
Yeah, I don't put a bunch of excess shit on my key rings. I can't stand that shit.
But an LED torch always comes in handy. It's only a tiny little one, maybe inch and a half long.
That inch and a half flame shouldn't get hot on a torch.
Flashlight then.
Thank
Awkward bugger.
Yeah, I don't keep anything on my key ring. It's literally just my key fob. That's it. Nothing else on it. Like Sarah's mom, like I hate her key ring. I always, if she gives it to me to drive her car, I'll take her key off of it, her key fob, and leave the rest of the shit in the car because I can't stand it, dude. It's like holding a bunch of like little stabby metal things all together, and then you try to put it in your pocket, and it just feels like it's weighing you down. Zoom admin 1. I don't know who that is.
Oh, it'll be someone trying to potentially Zoom admin now.
No. Unless it's somebody we know with the blue wrench that comes in the chat saying they're trying to get in.
Am I trying to get in again?
Yeah, it just said Zoom. What did that say?
Zoom admin. Because Zoom admin goes around looking at people's panels and going, yeah, I'll join that one.
Yeah.
They got to come in and say, we're taking the channel down, Paul, because you didn't stop him this morning.
Trying to be fucking funny. I didn't think we were going to fall for that.
Yeah, I need him in the same room with me for about 10 minutes. I have to beat him to death.
Always change his name to this time.
Same thing. No, because if it's anybody we know, they're going to have a blue wrench and they can come in the chat and say that they're trying to get in.
See, that's the other thing too. Paul, the other day, they had somebody popped in. He didn't know the name.
Yeah,
he says,
"I'm
giving you a wrench." Gave him a wrench real quick.
24, 25.
Didn't even know who it was.
No, my rule is you got to be in my live chat for at least 3 or 4.
Oh yeah, you're right. But Paul gets. It's like when he did that. What you call it? When he did that 100 for the school. When all of a sudden he must have got nervous and gave him the SD card. You know, instead of I'll send you the video. You know. I don't know what he's thinking about. We were telling him, don't let anybody in. They're already here, and he kept letting them in. Then when the guy started doing that, he started laughing like he was having fun with it. That's what's going to get him in trouble.
That's quite funny. Zoom admin. This is Paul from Zoom. Is it now? Because with that stupid.
If Paul can barely get on his fucking computer onto Zoom, we ain't believing he's on his fucking cell phone somewhere. Trying to get on.
That just shows you how stupid the guy is.
Have they changed his name?
In a few minutes, he's going to be AZ from admin or Giggles.
Mm.
I'm going to invent a nanobot that's going to sit in Zoom, and that when somebody does that, I send it back to their channel. It'll eat their computer.
Mm.
Hey, I hope you're having fun now there or whatever y'all, because when you do die, you know, you're going to burn in hell for a long time. It's going to be hell. It's going to be really bad. You won't be doing no helicopters there.
The-
Gnashing of teeth. Wailing and gnashing of teeth. Well, people like that just piss me off. That's one of the buttons you can press.
Your Zoom is being trolled. Oh, that's quite funny. They've changed the name to your Zoom is being trolled.
Yeah,
need
by
to
you.
fix it.
We need,
Yeah, by
we need
them.
to, yeah,
We need to
we
fix
need
it,
to
yeah.
fix it. Oh, good
Fuck
luck with
off.
that. Report to Zoom. Fuck off.
Yeah, just keep hitting report to Zoom, report to Zoom. Eventually, maybe Zoom will do their job.
Yeah, we'll just do that, and then they can't come in.
But you locked it?
Yeah.
They already locked the meeting. They can't even come in the green room. They'll just come up with a message and they click the link. Sorry, you can't enter this meeting.
It'll come up with a message. Bitch, you're too stupid to get in the room.
Steve Knowles, how's it going?
I'd laugh if all of a sudden Paul's Zoom got shut down.
Why would you laugh for Paul's Zoom being shut
if,
down?
if it was somebody real.
Yeah, you want to be a real admin.
Yeah, because Zoom have admins like that.
No, but if that was a real Zoom admin, they should be able to pop in without us letting them in.
Yeah, they should be able to get in.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that real quick. Let's see.
Well, at least the asshole's persistent. You know what I mean? Never mind. Whole ass is persistent.
So what did you do today? Try to get on somebody's Roman helicopter. And Jake said no.
Yeah, that's the tram that you're building.
Something similar to that, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean
Lord.
that one's got windows at the top, this one hasn't.
Mm. Oh, is it an open top one?
No.
It'd be cool if you could find
see
a
on the
print.
top, you see the top on the top of your windows on the top deck. If you look just above, there's an extra set of windows.
All right, yeah.
It'd be cool if
The
you could
one
find a
that-
print where you could do all the inside details too. Like
You
the
can.
inside be hollow.
But I ain't fucking doing that on a keyring.
No, but if you're gonna do a model for them to put in their
Fine.
museum or whatever you were talking about, you know, a can size version of it with the detail would be kind of cool. You know, about the size of a soda can or something a little bit bigger.
I may not be flying up altitude today. 25-mile-an-hour gust.
And you could print the tracks for it to sit on too, David. That'd be pretty cool. Like just a little road section. Make it look like the road with the tracks.
Really look like what's it? Apologies.
Yeah, it kind of look like a little train model you see people have on their mantles and shit. They'll just have
Justin,
a
I
piece
got
of track
that.
that sits on.
That cord to plug into the Power 1000.
Mm-hmm.
Look like they
That
have
charges
these-
the Mavic 3 battery or the battery for the Air 3S. I got two of each, or one of each. I thought it was just a plug that plugged into the charger for the Air 3, for the Mavic 3, but it actually does one battery at a time.
That's one of the other trams they've got there.
Huh. They didn't have a
So
3
that kind
battery
of
one.
pissed me off. They'll only do one at a time. In other words, it's for when you're out somewhere and you just need to charge like one or two. You know, I thought I could do the whole charger in there and charge it.
But
On
in
what-
reality, how often are you going to actually use that?
Yeah, I bought it because I had a credit out there. It cost me like
Yeah.
$3 for 2 cables.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, I would too if I had the credit and could get
Oh,
it that
Yeah, because
cheap.
I wasn't gonna buy anything else with the credit, so nothing else was worth the credit, you know.
Plugging it into your Power 2000 or Power
We'll see
1000.
something here.
Yeah, and the thing is like most of the people that bought those, let's be honest, probably are never gonna use them very extensively. Dre might use it a lot because obviously he goes out to the field. I could see Al using one pretty extensively, but a lot of the other guys that bought them, even Joe's probably not going to use that power station.
Yeah, I'm not
very
gonna use it
often.
that much.
No, that would be for emergencies if you were out of power for like a week because of a hurricane or something like that. That'd be the
Joe-
only time you probably really use it. That's why I was asking the other day, you know, should you run that thing through a cycle at least once or twice a month to keep the battery kind of, or is it okay for it to let it sit for months and months and months and not use it? You know,
Yeah, I'm trying to do some research on it right now. Oh, come on.
because I know a lot
am
of the
so
guys that ended
tired of
up
them.
buying it, it's just going to sit in their fucking rooms for months and months before they'll ever end up using it.
Well, I'm just glad I only paid $99 for it, so. Let's see. Let's see. Now, you ready for this? It's a Mavic 3 series. Come on, the details of this. Come on, give me detail. It says boost fast charging power output of 150 watts from the power station for a Mavic 3. It takes 58 minutes to charge one battery from 0 to 100%.
Joe,
32
look.
minutes.
Joe, look in the
What?
green room. Read that.
Hey, Captain Joe America's a pussy.
Hey, come in my neighborhood, bitch.
That's funny as shit.
You wish you had some. Oh wait, you probably
Right.
can't get any because you're an
Right,
asshole.
guys, work this out on Bamboo, right? To print one of them trams, it takes 15 minutes. To print two, takes 30 minutes. To print four, it's an hour and 35 minutes. To print 30, it's 4 days.
Wow. Well, you print for.
What the hell's the difference in what the hell's he doing to make it so different?
Hey Justin, send me his link because if he's trying to be a pussy, I got a knife that'll cut his shit off and we can start.
There isn't no link. That's just
I could help him along. I cut his shit off and he won't have to worry about it anymore.
I mean, if he was man enough, he'd come in there. He'd come in the chat and say something. Stop writing shit in the fucking. Joe America is too scared to let me in the something or another. I can't read all that.
Yeah, to have Paul lose his channel because you're stupid shit. Yeah,
There you
right.
go, Captain Joe America. So instead of Joe America, he's put America. He's too
what I
scared to
got.
let me in.
Good.
He'd just come in the chat and say what he's got to say.
Yeah. Come on, YouTube chat, bitch.
So it says if I got a battery at 10%, it'll charge it to 95% in 32 minutes.
Yeah, so
That's not too bad, there.
So
that's not bad.
What do we have an Amber from?
Can you do
I've
multiple
texted-
cables though of the same charger?
Yeah, you could do if I had two cables for the Mavic 3, I could do two batteries. Because it's got two slots. Dedicated slots for that.
Or you could always get another cable later on if you really
Yeah, it's
want to
got
just
the
have an
orange
extra.
connector. It's right there is proprietary.
I hate proprietary plugs.
But that's what I did. I got one for the Air 3. Just in case I do get one, I got one for the Mavic 3.
What was the name of that one?
Oh, he's just...
Nanobots don't work, whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean.
He needs to go find a place that cares, you know.
Like I said, they could come in the chat and say something.
Okay, Joe, who you upset?
Well, I won't. We won't block
Not
you. Just come in the
upset.
chat.
Don't bother me.
He's upset me. Doesn't know it.
Wait
but
up. Why has Joe not got co-host?
Because Paul's punishing me. For
Wait,
being
hold on.
mean
I
to
can
him.
give him co-host. Hold on.
Yeah, just
I
give
don't
him
want to be
co-host
co-host.
back.
I don't
No,
ever
you
want to
get
be co-host
co-host.
again.
What?
The Zoom. I'm the captain now. Of the Zoom meeting. Oh my god! Shut up! Just come in the chat, you fucking pussy.
Right, you've got your own Zoom, right? Got your own fucking Zoom, right? And invite Captain Joe if you've got a problem.
Problem is, he's probably overseas somewhere, so I can't get to him.
Be right back.
I say you can come in the chat. We won't block him. Go ahead, make a Zoom then. There he is.
Yeah. And as soon as I join, you get access to my camera. Yeah, right.
Aw. Is that the best you got?
Usually from a third world country, that's all they got.
Yeah, you probably don't even have paid. Look, you can't even spell Zoom correctly. I will make a Zoom. God, their videos are fucking retarded on their channel. I'll tell you that. I can't make a Zoom. Yeah, see? Pussy don't even have a freaking paid account. Broke ass. You get a free 40 minutes. You can set up a Zoom.
Don't worry, every time he puts something in there, I report it, say it's harassing me, so
I ain't worried about that either.
I
I'm
ain't
not
worried
even
about it either,
bothering.
but I'm gonna let Zoom know so they can go back 5 or 6 times and say, bitch, you'll never get in again and kick
All
them
he's
off.
doing is he's got a troll account on a free Zoom. Yeah, you get a free 40 minutes of streaming a day. Zoom is not up free. That's all you get in a free account. That's all he's doing is he's got some fucking troll ass email and account that's attached to a
Yep.
free Zoom account. But with the free account, you only get 40 minutes of streaming a day. So him saying he can't make a Zoom, he's fucking lying.
Yeah, ain't worried about it.
Because he could easily set up a free 40-minute live stream. But that shit ass YouTube account he has probably doesn't even have enough. It probably doesn't have the ability to go live. The fucking videos on there are stupid as shit. The 5 or 6 videos he's got on there.
And we might as well just leave it alone. We're gonna give them the pleasure of the time.
And Zoom
Getting
is
some
free
sunshine.
to join panels all day long. You can sit on somebody's panel under a free Zoom account for hours if you want, but to live stream, you only get 40 minutes on the free version.
Yep.
So you don't fucking know that because all he does is go around trying to troll fucking live streams.
Yep.
He doesn't live stream himself.
Right, well, so what's going on?
Shut up, Justin.
You shut up.
Just talking to his dumbass in the chat.
Oh, is he actually in the chat now?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Fucking
was.
okay.
I kicked him out every time. I reported him as harassment every time.
What, in the
Harassment
chat?
or bullying.
Talking about in the chat?
Yeah.
No, because he's still in there. He's not
Well, I
blocked.
don't see him.
Yeah,
you
because
won't
you
see him, Joe,
reported
because
him.
you blocked him.
Yeah, you reported him, which automatically blocks him. But we can still see him.
Well, I reported him 5 times before it blocked it. So
Bug going to HQ.
But he's trying to say Zoom's free, and I was like, no, it's not. It's free to use on other people's accounts when you're on their panel, but that's about it. They don't even give you a full hour. StreamYards at least gives you 20 hours a month for free.
if I order the Air 3S, they said I'll have it June 5th.
Oh, Steve Knowles is in the chat. Well,
You gonna get it or what?
Not yet. I'll know tomorrow whether I'm gonna get it or not. 'Cause I'm gonna call State Farm in the morning and say, hey, nobody's answering me. I'm gonna file this claim unless you tell me no. So let me know. If they tell me to file a claim and I file a claim, I'll go ahead and buy it. Cause I'll just take that money and put it right over. I'll put it this way. I'll get it in August anyway. Depending on how much I make, because I usually make one big purchase out of the money I make. And that might be the one I make. But I figure I don't want a Mavic 4 unless all of a sudden they're available here and they're cheap or they're regular price and it's a reasonable price. Like 26 for a Flymore kit, that's reasonable. Then I think about that instead.
Well, that's my week ruined.
I like the big ones.
So we did.
Yeah, looks like we got the nieces and nephew.
Like we said, just told her that first place to rearrange it.
It's not half term already, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, so it looks like what he does is he's
We're not at 5 minutes now. Yeah.
Why don't you put the link to the Zoom in?
I'll be that person. Yeah.
That code means jack shit.
It's got 18 subscribers.
yeah, it looks like what he does is he trolls Discord and live streams, and then if he gets anything, he puts it on his channel.
The thing is, there's only Captain Joel.
Give me the
With
link
his
to your
video.
Discord. Come in there and fucking nuke that bitch. See, he's trying to be one of those troll channels on YouTube that were like shows the trolling they're doing, but they're not really that great to begin with. And that's probably why he doesn't have a lot of subscribers.
Matthews. Well,
18
Yeah, I
on
just refreshed. He's still there. No big deal. Bitcoin went up to 111,000 the other day.
Mhm.
there's Statue of Liberty. A llama, a bear, panda bear.
I can.
What are you eating today, there, Justin?
What?
What are y'all eating today?
I don't know yet.
I've just put 2 pork, maple, and bacon hot dogs in the air fryer.
Hey,
Corey, what's
Corey.
up?
What's up, Corey?
No, you're not a punk. You're a pussy punk.
Mm.
You smell like a fishy queef.
Fish.
I'm not gonna say, I had a joke I was gonna say, but I'm not saying it.
Hold it.
I'm gonna do it. I gotta do it. I gotta say this joke. Nah, I'm not doing
Uh-oh.
it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I hope all want to. Should I?
Yeah, that's
Well-
there. You turn that blow now.
Not about Eve going into the sea for a swim and making all the fish smell funny.
No, it's kind of close. What happens if you put 20 blind lesbians in a room together?
Uh-oh.
They think they're in the fish market.
Oh my god. I should have saw that one coming.
I heard that one the other day. I cried. I was
You like the
crying
lesbian?
again.
Yeah, what do you call a lesbian dinosaur? Lickalotopus.
I gotta remember that one. Oh Lord, that was the best one.
Yeah, the one I said goes on quite a lot longer when you say it in its original format.
Yeah.
See, I get to tell my brother there's a new species of dinosaur. They found out it was a lesbian. And tell her what it's called. Oh Lord, he's gonna say, "Oh, good Lord." My brother does want to say something like that. You go, "Oh, good Lord." I know I'm definitely telling my editor that next time I see Joe.
It's better than the one Art always tells anyway, isn't it?
Oh Lord.
What do you mean?
All-
My joke will be on our
all
show
it
this
is is done.
week.
The what's it? The the new pill for trying.
Ooh, this message was held for review. Now you done it, bitch.
Yeah, we took care of it.
Why would we want to hold it?
You said you were going to make a Zoom call. Make it. I don't think you know how to because you're a fucking retard. That's right. I said it.
Why do you keep
Shit.
referring to yourself as we and us?
Yeah.
Third world country doesn't know the right language.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Instead of one and twat.
yeah.
I'm more worried about being on here trolling than fucking
Yeah.
getting some fresh
If
water
you've
for his
got-
community.
If
Yeah, you
you've
got a
got
point.
Zoom, yeah. If you have Zoom and you pay for Zoom, send a link, right? That
No,
starts the whole thing, like on the top of the panel up there. You'll see it. You've got to send the whole link so we can get to it, right?
He claimed
that
that
code
Zoom
jack
was-
shit. 'Cause I've tried it.
No, he claims Zoom was free. That's free. You don't have to pay for it. And I said,
Well, you
no,
don't.
you get. He
You
could
do
set
get
up a
40
40.
You do
You
get
can-
40 minutes on a free plan,
Yeah, I told him. I said you can
but
set
you
up.
can't go
one-
live on it.
Can't you? I don't know. I've never tried.
No, you can't. You can use it through like OBS on a live, but you
Oh.
can't exactly go live.
He's in some little third world shithole. Should be more worried about finding some fresh water to drink than being on the internet.
Or finding somewhere where there's a lack of oxygen.
Yeah, he's in a third world shithole like Arizona.
29 palms.
Right. You know what? I went to the kitchen to set this fucking 3D print going, and I haven't fucking done it.
Yeah, it's funny though too. He's fucking around on Discord. Discord's got so many gaps and shit. You can fuck with people's accounts.
I saw a video the other day where this guy was getting ready to re-enlist, and they said, "We have your orders. You going to 29 Palms?" He says, "I'm getting out." Yeah, they were messing with me. They sent me from Okinawa, Japan to
Did you
29
know
Palms.
you can say?
Yeah, if he's not a mod, he can't. You can post the link. It's just not clickable, but you can copy and paste it.
Yeah. So instead of putting the dot, you put the word dot,
Dot.
and then we know because we know to take that out.
No, like I said, I can post a link in somebody's chat without a wrench, but it's just not going to be clickable. But you could still copy and paste it and put it in a browser. And
Yeah.
go to it.
Of course, you can send links on YouTube.
He's only here because we're giving him attention because he can't get in
Yeah.
anybody else's chat.
Yeah. There is one thing you can do on YouTube. Yeah. You can tell people to please back off.
Yeah.
We're bored with you now. Have a good day. You've not been blocked, dumbass, because the host of this channel is not even here. Duh.
And
He
I
is.
told him he wasn't going to get blocked if he came in the chat. And nobody's blocked him. The only one
Yeah, I
that
haven't
blocked
blocked
him
him
was the only one that got blocked from him was Joe because Joe reported him to YouTube.
No, he's still coming in, even though I'm report every time everything he posts, I'm reporting to let him know so they could get a whole feel of it. So they go back and kill his channel.
Well, technically, I could get a hold of YouTube through my monetization chat and just give him the link to his channel and explain.
Let me
what's
see.
going
What's
on.
your reporting, Mouse? Child abuse?
Yeah.
Promoting terrorism?
We could also
It's
report
under harassment.
for gender abuse because he's abusing Joe.
Yeah.
It's under harassment.
Oh
It just
well, no,
said he's
Donald, we
harassing me.
weren't putting him in timeout. We were just well, never mind.
Dre
Dre did it. we were
Yeah.
letting him talk in here.
Hoorah! Stick together. Ain't worried about him.
Always someone ruined the fun.
Can you get in trouble for reporting somebody for something they're not doing?
Nope. They are
No.
doing it because he said enough in there to say he was harassing me.
Yeah, no, I mean if I put him down as promoting terrorism.
No, that would be that's he was not.
No, because they will tell you to call the police, your local police, and report the channel, and then the police have to get involved.
It's actually one of the things you can tick under.
Yeah, there's certain ones though, like the terrorism one, child abuse. It will tell you to contact your local law enforcement, and you're supposed to get them involved into it, and then they'll get a hold of YouTube and do a whole investigation. And
Oh, we could do that one. That one will do. Impersonation.
Hey, Lon, it's just got some guys been trying to get in here and do the helicopter. We
Pretending
won't
to
let
be
him, so he's
yelled.
trolling me. So I told him he was a dick.
What channel is being impersonated? It's awkward. It asks you more bleeding questions.
you could just put in there cyberbullying if you wanted to report his channel. Because that's technically what his videos are if you go and look at his videos. Yeah, all
Yeah, it's
he's
just
doing
some
is
idiot.
he's trolling channels, and then when he gets a reaction, like a pissed off reaction, which we haven't given him, he'll post it to his channel.
Elon.
But like
It's
if
Don
you go,
Lenard.
but yeah, some of the options it gives you, it will actually tell you to contact your police, your local law enforcement, because they.
Sure looks like it's bothering me, don't it? My dog barking bothers me more than that.
Which is better to do anyway, because like say you find some child shit or something like something crazy on YouTube,
Yeah.
you'd be better off going to your local police, giving them the links and everything, and then they could just take over from there because they'll contact YouTube themselves and get up with YouTube and do an investigation and figure out where, try to figure out something. And just let law enforcement deal with it. But that's not what he's doing. So that you might get in trouble for falsely reporting because then the cops are going to get involved.
Yeah, I mean, he's actually amusing us, so he can stay there if he wants.
It doesn't bother me, man.
Well, I tell you what, I'm ready to jump on this. They want to give me $100 off the RS digital camera.
Uh-huh.
So instead of $6,900, it's only $6,800.
Still a savings at the end of the day.
Yeah, right. You can charge me more in tax.
Yeah.
Is there any chance we could just ban Dre for ruining our fun?
I'm fully enjoying this 24-hour ban. Love
You
you,
could just
Dre.
hide him from the channel too. That's the other option. Then he'll just be
Love you, Dre.
unless he starts
Oh,
another
good.
channel.
See, I had a sergeant take care of it. It was beneath a staff sergeant.
But most of the
And I
people
wasn't
that,
belittling you. I was giving you an opportunity to get up to staff.
but most of the people that troll like that, they have fucking 20, 30 different channels.
Yeah.
So,
To be
We
honest,
could give-
My
Joe.
pay grade.
Yeah.
We could
To
give
be honest,
Paul
Joe.
we could give Paul a 24-hour ban, but we wouldn't notice the difference.
You got a point.
you remember that one guy that was in he came into Uncle Bill's chat one night. This was a year or two ago, and he was trolling Bill's channel, and then he ended up liking Bill because Bill was being so nice to the troll that the troll ended up like doing a complete 180 on his channel. He started being nice to Bill and they started talking and everything during the live stream. It was funny.
I used to get that Salmon guy.
What,
He
Rusty?
still comes back every now and again.
Salmon Rusty?
No, he was called Salmon Summit, but he just kept coming and coming and coming, trying to get onto Zoom. But he would never he'd never post in the chat.
Mm.
It even features a power outlet, allowing you to synchronize your power tools with automatic on-off control.
You can plug the sound fix directly into them. It cleans up all the dust and all the messy stains line.
Save £40 on the WD6, our most powerful wet and dry vacuum cleaner.
He got on the panel for a minute, but it was just for a
Man.
split second. I was able to get him off.
Did you get to see his picture?
But it probably wasn't him though. I'd almost guarantee. Because normally what they'll do is they'll come in with a fake video of somebody sitting in front of a
There you
screen.
go.
It
Now
looked
that
like
looks good.
It looked like a Venezuelan gang member.
That looks real good. It's gonna be a pulled pork later.
Joe, have you upset the Venezuelans again?
No, usually they'll come in with a video of like somebody sitting in front of a camera, and it's not actually the person, it's just a pre-recorded video. Then they'll switch and they'll share a porn video, but they try to get 2 or 3 people onto a panel before they do it. So that's what he was trying to do earlier, but I was able to catch it in time. And it only showed the porn for like a split second, and I was able to kick him off Paul's panel because Paul made me co-host. just in time. So
Yeah, I kept telling Paul, I can't do anything, can't do anything, can't do anything.
Yeah, because you were the only one that wasn't co-host.
Hey, you sure that's Mudball?
Get ready.
Yeah.
it's
No, it's not Mudball. Get him off. Get
Pick
him off. Get him off.
Pick him up, pick him up.
Hey, Donald.
He was doing
Hey.
worse than that.
Hey Joe, that pulled pork you showed a minute ago, why wasn't it seasoned?
Well, it's not mine. It's not mine.
It
Somebody else.
it looked like they were using mustard as a binder, but I didn't see any seasoning on. What were they
When you
binding?
look really close, it looks like it's got some pepper on it, maybe. You expect
Yeah.
that's Arizona. That's out in Arizona.
I was gonna say that pork shoulder wasn't seasoned.
what's with the hate on Arizona today? Like the third comment I've heard about Arizona.
Yeah, I know. I just thought about that.
Yeah, I'm so I didn't mean Arizona. I meant Arkansas.
Yeah, I realized that when I said it. I couldn't say it was a Yankee, because it wasn't.
Dre said he agrees with you, Donald.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had mustard looked like rubbed on it as a binder, but there was
Yeah, it's probably out, but it looked like it had a little bit of pepper on it, but it's about all.
yeah, but if you can still see the mustard, you have not seasoned that
Yeah, you
shoulder.
didn't season it right.
You,
You
you
season it
notice
like I did.
you notice the thing here that's happened. Don has ignored every other piece of shit that's gone on today,
Yeah, I know.
except for pulled pork with no seasoning. Yeah.
Welcome to Donald's world.
I didn't even take the bait when Justin said that Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings was the same thing.
Yeah, we were shocked you didn't jump in for that.
Yeah, Donald's a lot harder to bait in than like Dre is. If I say something about Dre, he jumps right in.
You just have to say Dre's name 3 times. That's all.
Here's Paul.
He's back.
I'm back.
That must have been a quick parade.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say.
2 bands, a couple of floats, and a couple of marching people, and that was it. And they were all 80 or 90 years old, or
Yeah.
they were little dicky kids.
Yeah.
So you felt right at
what-
home.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
two
with all your
drone
friends, huh?
Yeah, 2 YouTube accounts and a Zoom account.
Yeah, and a drone flyer.
Now think about it. Paul, we just got rid of this other dude, right? And then Paul comes back. I'm suspicious.
It sure is.
You didn't have any more mystery guests?
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah, we've been messing
No,
with
he
his
didn't
ass.
come on a panel again, but he was coming into the Zoom green room with different names. He was calling Joe a pussy and all this other stuff.
He was
Yeah,
trolling me.
you only had an issue with Joe.
And so
That
I
was
told
probably
him
Paul because he's mad at me. So
I told him stop trying to get on the panel and come in the chat and talk. We won't block you. And he was in there for a while, but then Donald blocked
Joe,
one of his
Dre.
messages.
Donald didn't do it. Dre did it.
No, you blocked one message though.
No, I did
That
not.
was it.
Oh, yeah, I did. I did. I
And
had one
then Dre came in and just fucking timed him out for 24 hours.
I didn't know you could time them out for 24 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
time
gives
out
you
for as long as you
different.
want.
I think it gives you different times that the moderator can choose.
Different times, but I didn't think
I'm sure that's Dre, huh?
All right, who's
Well,
upset, Dre? Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready.
Oh
That's
God.
No, he's not Dre.
I can.
I'm not convinced that's Dre. I can't hear him.
Well, that's normal.
Yeah. Mhm.
The only thing that upset me about it is the fact that I couldn't get to him and beat him to death. That's the only thing that upset me.
That's what he's telling us, but he was hiding in the corner, really.
I was thinking here, how do I find this bitch? Say, I'll find you. I will find you and I will beat you to death.
I have a particular set of skills.
We'll make you become a customer of Johnny.
There you
Ooh,
go,
look at
Don.
this.
Where's Don at?
Yep.
Oh, what fresh hell's happened now?
And you said all that was wrong with that is they had one little like hairline crack in the screen somewhere.
At the
Stop.
bottom lower left corner, there's a hairline crack across the screen. But other than that, it works fine. And I already had the roll from a couple of years ago, so I bought the little adapter above, and well, I think it's like $18, and I use the Rode mic with it. Works great.
As long as the touch screen's not affected.
Yeah, that screen's not affected. If it had been across the middle, I've been concerned, but the lower corner, there's nothing that pops up in that lower corner that I've come across yet. But usually the two buttons at the bottom, those will get you through the menus just as much as touch screen.
Donald, he hadn't realized the record button's down in the bottom corner. That's why the guy sold it.
Yeah.
Okay, I may lose power again, or I might. I didn't do it yesterday, but apparently Covington's out of power now. So they're
Yeah,
losing
break out.
power. They're shutting them down over here.
Better break out that DJI 1000.
I got it right there. Right there, ready to go. I got my,
Oh,
my
did you
portable
show Dre
battery
the
powered
cables you
fan
got?
too.
Yeah,
He
I saw
wasn't
him
in
hold
here.
them up yesterday.
Yeah.
Early this
okay.
morning, he held up the cables for the Mavic 3.
And the Air 2S, right?
Because you can also use the USB to charge them too. They just don't charge as fast.
What is that?
But like some
Coffee.
kind of coffee pot.
Coffee.
I don't know about it being actual coffee. I say coffee pot. I don't know what you call that down the bottom.
That stuff coming out is coffee.
Look
It's
like
a mocha.
sludge. Look like
Yeah.
sludge.
Comes
It's
out.
a mo-
It's not quite an espresso, but close.
That
I
is,
see that. I see
Isn't
that
that what
coffee
you-
pot reminds me of the movie Saving Private Ryan when you're trying to find some coffee in the
that's
restaurant
that mocha pot,
downstairs.
isn't it? Don, is that the mocha pot?
Yes.
Yeah. Hmm.
And yes, Dre, you're right. It comes out darker than the inside of a goat, but I'd mix it with water. I make an Americano out of it.
As we would say, I look like taco oil.
Well, the
No, I
Europeans
treat it like I
always-
treat it like espresso. I'll mix it with water, make an Americano, and we'll be good.
Righty. Bon appetit.
the Europeans tend to drink the espresso on its own and then drink a glass of water after it.
One of my friends used to go to Starbucks all the time. He'd get iced coffee with 9 espresso shots in there. Like, fuck, can he be wired as fuck?
Those Starbucks places are not for people who like coffee. They're for people who like creamer.
Yeah.
I don't drink coffee, so I only ever get the vanilla bean when I go in there. It's like a vanilla shake.
How does it look, Dre?
I don't see
Come
anything.
close
Okay.
to coming off, didn't it?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Holy shit.
Well, it's on a lean, isn't it?
Yeah, it's leaning a
That
little bit.
guardrail held.
And what's happening is the guardrail wouldn't have held it. If you notice right here, he's got a pole right here.
He's got the pole. Yep.
That pole's what's stopping him.
The
He would have
upright.
done it right here, it'd have been off.
Yep.
They're saying that it's probably going to be there for at least a week
A week.
because they've got to check the structural damage on the pole. That's a bunch of Cajuns, you know.
Well, and then you got to try to pull it over and it not rock too far and fall over the other side.
Well, they got
That might
that.
be
They
the-
got
Well, you put
large-
supports
large
underneath of
tow
it,
truck.
then
Yeah.
put supports underneath of it to lower it slowly. Put
'Cause you
bags
don't
underneath
bring
of
it-
it, and then they'll
Well, it
put inflatable
depends on-
bags underneath one side of it, cable it
Yeah, like
off
braces.
one of those bags, and deflate and lower it down.
They got to put it there. They're gonna roll it. They're gonna flip off, and they're gonna say, "Hey, Boudreaux, you forgot to put the supports, man."
What do we know support?
Hey, Boudreaux, I thought you put the supports under them wheels.
I don't need all support.
Oh, shit, I didn't hear you.
Oh, dude, a car got in a wreck the other day over by the bus yard, and the whole damn motor was sitting out on the side of the road.
That
Took
sucks.
the whole front end of this freaking little Ford Explorer out. Knocked the whole motor out.
When my daughter T-boned that Camaro that jumped in front of her. When I got there, I looked over there and I seen the motor sitting on the ground. Took the motor down.
Yeah, this one got hit by an 18-wheeler, and he took the whole front of the car off, and the motor was sitting out on the side of the road.
Yeah, Dre, this Camaro jumped in front of her. Christmas Eve, she hit it broadside, T-boned it perfectly at 45 miles an hour. All the airbags went off, and my daughter calls me. She goes, "I just got in a wreck. I thought I was dead. Everything turned white and powdery."
From the airbags.
Yeah, the airbag. She said everything was. All I saw was white, like bright white all around me. I was scared. I thought I was dead.
You sure she wasn't on
You
cocaine?
know what I asked her? You know what I asked? I said, "How bad is the car?" She goes, "I don't know. It's really bad." I said, "Good. I don't have a note anymore." Then I got out there and said, "You all right?" I got out there.
Once you got
didn't
there.
even ask me if I was okay.
Dude, we had a lady one time at Walmart, and she was in a handicap parking spot in a brand new Cadillac car. I'm not sure what model it was, but it was brand spanking new. And she pushed down on the gas and flew through the handicap parking spot and hit one of those barrier poles by the front door, and just V'd in the whole front of the car. And there was car parts all through the store, a good 30 feet inside the doors.
We now sell car parts.
Yeah, she fucked that car up, and she said when we were helping her out of the car, she said she had just bought it like 2 days before.
And
It
lots
was not a nice car.
hit the accelerator instead of the brake.
I believe
Yep,
those
it's-
barrier poles, as you call them, are called balustrades.
Whatever. But anyway, it didn't do
Just call
much
them
damage to the
bollards.
pole. The pole was just
What?
bent
Why
just
they-
slightly in.
A balustrade has a rail on it.
Ah,
Yeah. A bollard is just a concrete or metal pole.
there's the bollard.
Well, like I said, all I know is all it did to the pole was just bend it slightly in. You could see where it bent forward just a little bit.
But we call it a bollard. So in America, you'll probably call it a straight concrete pole with slightly increasing intensity.
Nope, that's what Justin called it. Just a barrier pole.
The more common term in America is called safety poles.
Well, the pole did its job. I know that.
But the official term is bollard. But safety pole is an interchangeable name for it. Because usually they're there to protect power boxes, other access areas that they don't want vehicles into. So they put a couple of them up for safety purposes.
There's actually a bollard. There's a bollard impression that's got its own Twitter and TikTok account because so many people hit it. Yeah, it's become a regular thing now. It's just gone viral.
We have a low bridge.
Some of the 85
We have a low
followers.
bridge here that takes out trucks that people track like
Yeah,
that.
the 11'8" channel, I think it's called. Yeah, they've done a whole YouTube channel around that. And the problem is they can't do nothing with the bridge because it's a railroad track that goes over it. But you would think that they would, because it happens so often, they would dig out the road.
It has signage everywhere.
Oh, it does.
For trucks not to go that way.
They could lower the road.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you would think they would do something different because obviously the sign.
Or the truck drivers could read their signs.
Yeah, why don't they just put like billboards all the way down with pictures of trucks that have been destroyed?
And well, if you look at
And
the
Paul,
videos,
are you sure
Donald,
you want to go this way?
if you look at the videos, Donald, most of them weren't even 18-wheelers. They were
No, they're
medium
panel
trucks.
trucks.
Yeah, like box van trucks
Mhm.
and RVs. There, I don't
Maybe
know how many RVs got their AC sheared off the top of them.
maybe they should fill in underneath the bridge and build a bridge over it.
Not cost effective.
No.
Corey said
Well,
don't
no, you
translate
couldn't
that into
because
Quebec
it's a
French.
roadway and a railway bridge over the top. You'd have to go off some freaking height to get over a railway bridge,
Or
especially in
they
the
could,
US where they got double decker trains.
or they could leave the alternate routes in place for those vehicles and let this bridge take out the dumb people.
Yeah.
And I think that is the general consensus.
One of my mates used to have the nickname Low Bridge because he tried to drive his articulated wagon full of pallets underneath a bridge that just was slightly lower than his wagon.
Oh, it's like the ones where the dump trucks will be driving down the road with their bed all
Bed
the way
up.
up in the air.
Yep.
And
You
it's
put
like
it down.
you would think the truck would have some safety features in there that would let you know that.
Yeah, like a
bed's up.
little alarm going off to say that
Yeah.
he's up.
They do a lot of times. They'll disconnect those. I had a friend who used to work for the TV station, and the microwave antenna to broadcast back to the station on the truck had a little alarm that would you can't if you try and start, it's going off. The alarm, the antenna's up, but they didn't like the noise of it, so they disconnected it. And he drove off one day, got hooked up in power lines.
That's what it was there for.
It was great. He was in all the papers.
Yeah, it's like near us in Rayleigh, there's a low bridge, and it's stupid because buses have to struggle to get up the freaking hill first. Yeah, but once they've got up the hill and they start coming down, you've got no chance because it's a freaking steep hill down into that bridge. And there's signs. It even says no buses, and then there's another one a bit further up. It says, "I said no buses," and then the next one says, "Well, you've done it now."
I like how you said that. It said, I said no buses.
And there's one in Lancaster where the I still don't get how buses hit it because it's got bus lane, and then the two roads actually cross each other. If you want to go, for some reason, no matter which direction you come from, you have to cross traffic on that road. And literally, the buses just have to stay to the right, but they don't. They seem to tail off to the left and turn and go straight into this bridge.
Well, see, then like this one, like take this one. This one's been on YouTube for a while, and he's got a window back here, so he should be able to see behind him.
He's got
And
fucking
it's like-
mirrors.
and mirrors and everything else, and he doesn't notice that his bed's all the way up.
Yeah, he didn't need that.
Right. You mean, yeah. When you said a dump truck, that's something different over here. That's where the tipper is at the front, not the back.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Kind of makes you wonder that like that guy didn't what he was doing. Must have been listening to music, dancing in the cab, not paying attention. Don's probably right. They probably fucking disconnecting those damn alarms. Because sometimes they will be driving down the, like when they're doing road work, you'll see them driving real slow, dropping asphalt down the road.
Yeah.
So maybe they just don't like listening to that.
More often than not, they're dropping the asphalt into a Blawnox or a Barber Green.
I haven't heard that term in a long time. Barber Green.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were redoing the highway here, and they were using that machine that eats up the old asphalt, and they kind of mix it with some new asphalt, and it relays out the back of the machine.
Oh yeah,
it's really long too. It's really long machine.
Size of a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one gets me. I just like the advert on the side of the bus. Heart, feel turn up the feel good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's
So-
cold.
Yeah. The next time you saw that bus, it was on the seafront as an open top bus.
I saw a video the other day, somewhere around here, where they had a truck to fix the potholes in the streets. And the guy sitting in the truck, he comes out there, it's got two different arms on the top. One of them comes out, it's got like a brush. And so it's brushing the area and that getting all the junk out of it. And it had another vacuum come down, vacuumed all that up, right? Went back, brushed it again, went back, vacuumed it up, brought another one in there and sprayed the stuff down. And went back in there and just kind of rolled the brush over and flattened it out, and they picked it up and went to the next one. That was pretty cool. Temporary fix.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They're pretty good with the roads around here in my area. You don't see too many pothole fixes. They usually just repave the whole fucking road.
Yeah, don't go to New Orleans. No, New Orleans, pothole city.
Although, like I said, the amount of growth we're having around here, everything looks brand new because they've just ripped up all the old shit and put all new stuff in.
Yeah.
And all the sidewalks, everything looks brand new. Most of this part, and like 90% of the city.
And then up where Justin was a cop up there, Covington, now it's becoming speed bump city. All the neighborhoods have rubber speed bumps put down. So you better be paying attention. Or you go airborne a little bit.
Meanwhile, over here in the UK, yeah, we just have roads that look like the Mars rover would struggle to get over.
Yeah, we don't put many rumble strips down now. We put bloody big asphalt lumps.
Yeah.
We got both kinds here. The big ones.
Yeah, we've got potholes, yeah, that people have started going out and planting trees in them.
Yeah. There's one guy planting gardens in them. Yeah.
Like the little rubber speed bumps, when we're in the bus, you can just roll over those really fast. And in the bus, you don't really feel them. But the big asphalt ones, like Mark's talking about, yeah, the bus drivers hit those a couple of times when I was in the back of the bus. Fucking threw me up in the air.
Bad right.
We actually have some now on bus routes where it doesn't go right the way across the road. It's just like a square in the middle of each lane.
Yeah, and if you
means
and
the
if you
bus
actually slow down for them, it's worse than speeding over the fucking top of them.
Yeah, but the bus wheels will fit either side of it. Because the amount of bus drivers that went off on the sick with bad backs when they started putting speed humps on bus routes.
Yeah, because there's one speed bump there. One of the drivers, he always misses it because it's not painted anymore and it blends into the road. Granted, there is a sign like 20, 30 feet before it that lets you know that it's coming up. But usually they're painted with like white arrows on there so you can see them.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of them on one of our routes that doesn't have any paint on them, and you cannot see them unless you're paying attention to the signage.
Yeah, we have mini roundabouts like that. You see the signs it says. Yeah, we have signs that says mini roundabout, and you're going down. You're like, well, where is it? You actually missed 20 of them because they fucking fade away.
They're just painted on the road. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they can't, because all the cars go over the top of them. They just fade away.
Yeah, he's hit. I've had a couple drivers hit that one in Haines City a few times, and like I said, it's if you're in the back of the bus, dude, it will fucking throw you in the air. So a lot of times I would stand when I knew he was about to hit it. I'd stand up because I wasn't about to be sitting. I'd stand up and just ride it out.
Yeah, but then school buses are not made for comfort, are they?
No, they're not at all.
So Arby's has a special today. Buy one, get one. I can get me the corned beef Reuben. And I can get me a sweet quarter-pound pulled pork sandwich for $7.
You've been 6 weeks without fast food. Don't go back now. Tell them,
I
Donald.
know.
Fast food, that's healthy.
It's,
Freshly made sandwiches are healthy.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not
and
getting
I wanna point out something. When the hell has a takeaway been fast food?
Yeah.
It's fucking quicker making it at home now.
Oh yeah, McDonald's has gotten so bad over the years.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
Like since they've added the double drive-in lanes, and now they have like 5 spots that they'll have you park in because you're waiting on your food.
Five spots they'll have you parking because they're lazy fuckers.
And like our drive-throughs will have 3 windows. They'll have the pay window, the pickup window, and then they have a second pickup window they'll have you pull forward to. And then if if the 2 pickup windows are full already, then they have like 4 or 5 different spots they'll have you pull in.
Yeah.
And then they'll bring
We
you
normally have if we don't have the machines, we'll have a order window, the pay window, and then the pickup window. And if it's not ready when you get to the pickup window, they have 7 bays that you go and pull into.
Yeah, the McDonald's time has
Right.
Kids can just, the other 2 can just go and juice.
I love it when you say, when they go, "Can I take your order?" I says, I don't really know what I want. What have you got on?
In a second.
What?
I need you to watch this in a second. You think I should put the coat on?
no.
I like a few years ago, Taco Bell decided they were going to start being more friendly. Because it used to be you'd go up there and they would give you the number on your receipt. That's your number. Step to the side and they would call your number when the food is ready. And it was a very efficient process. But they thought we'll start being more friendly. So you give them the money, they give you a receipt that has the number on it. They say, "What's your name? What's the name on this?" Like, you don't need my name. We're not going to be friends.
Yeah.
It's like my number is 347. That's my name. My name is 347. Please just call 347 when it's ready. Or you pull up in the drive-thru, and I would do this all the time. You pull up in the drive-thru, and they start greeting you in the drive-thru. Welcome to Taco Bell. How are you today? And I would just say, I am fine. And I would wait. And I would wait. Order when you're ready. It's like, oh, I have been ready. You just haven't asked me for my order yet. Okay. But it's like, why are we trying to be coy about what I'm here for? I'm in the drive-thru. I want food. You
Get
say,
on this one.
may I take your order?
Covered the top so if it rains.
And you just they go, "Order for Mike," and 17 people come forward. Yeah.
It's like, welcome to Taco Bell. May I take your order?
Who just said McDonald's? Was it Justin?
Yeah.
I got a McDonald's ad pop up.
Or now when you go to McDonald's, you have to listen to the little AI voice when you first pull up. Are you using the McDonald's mobile app today? No.
Do I look like it?
McDonald's was experimenting with instead of having people take the orders, they actually had call centers where you would pull up and somebody in a call center was actually taking your order. I don't know if they're still using that, but they were experimenting with that because they were trying to free up people at the 2 windows from having to take orders.
Justin, you know that Stitch Laura's been building, that 4,500 piece jigsaw Lego thing?
Yeah.
Well, she's finally completed it, and she's taken it over to the niece and nephews. Yeah. And I said to her, be careful with it. All of a sudden, a massive clang. She didn't even get out the fucking hallway.
It's all in pieces.
No, luckily, no. Just had to put the ear back on, but she's going to walk through the streets with it. It's not going to make it, I'm sure of you.
David, can you please just go with her and record it?
No. It's raining.
Just don't tell her you're going with her. Just stay a little bit back and record insane late YouTube video. Insane lady carries Lego Stitch.
Told you he dies.
soon as she hands it to your niece and nephew, they're both going to grab it. Mine, rip the ears off, be in a bunch of pieces. Only took Laura like 60 hours to put that thing together.
60? She's been building it for a year and a half.
Justin, you're making the assumption she's going to make it there in one piece.
Exactly.
Well, she could have always shipped it to herself.
Laura does have one of the stitches with a note to me that she wrote to me, and I don't know what's on it. And she put it inside the stitches she was building it.
It said, shut up, Justin, probably. You probably
like-
said, shut up, Justin.
Yeah, it'll be some sort of abuse in there.
Yeah, she just wrote on a little piece of paper and then folded it up and put it inside there, and then built around it.
David, what did you do to her that caused her to get stitches?
I didn't do anything. She's a law to herself.
Huh.
She liked Stitch before we met.
Yeah, I don't know. Stitch seems to be very popular with high school kids now.
Right.
I see a lot of
If
kids.
I could
rocking
have a
Stitch
character,
stuff.
if I could have a little dog teddy bear type thing that was alive and a fucking 6 arms that could go around causing mayhem, yeah, I'd want one, right? But the fact it's a fucking fake thing and she's got like 900 teddy bears everywhere, key rings, bags, t-shirts, jumpers, bedding, fuck's sake.
Yeah, I see a lot of the kids at the high schools rocking Stitch stuff, and Hello Kitty
Yeah.
seems to be the two popular.
And there's the point.
characters.
Kids. You see kids with it.
No,
And then you see
no.
Laura.
No, high school should not be considered kids anymore. That's when they're learning to be adults, but we're not doing that.
Pre-adults.
Laura's even got a Stitch handbag. She doesn't use handbags. But she's got a Stitch one that she will fucking use at the most embarrassing opportunity. And on that note, going to chase some filament. You coming with?
Glad I saved this till this morning to proofread. I had screwed up. There we go.
JD's putting freaking calories for Boston creams and Arby's Reuben sandwiches in there.
Yeah, JD, but that's a single Boston cream donut. Who eats just one?
Oh, that place me and Sarah go to in Dundee. We went there the other day to get a dozen donuts. Dude, I couldn't even eat 2 of them. They were so like just dense. Their donuts. They were good. They were really good, but yeah, I ate one of them. I was like, fuck, man, I'm full. I can't eat 2 of them. I put 2 on my plate.
I want to print me a little 3D American flag to put on top of here with the colors. So when I fly it today on down the bayou, I have the little American flag. I ought to get one waving, maybe. Put a little flag on it.
Yeah, print one that
That'd be
looks
cool.
like it's waving.
Yeah, that would be cool though. Just like a little mount to put the flag in, and then put the flag in there and let it just wave.
Ooh,
as
do
it's
it on
going
all
by.
black. You know, like the all black American flags. I love those flags. I like the look of them. Although you wouldn't really see it, so wouldn't be.
Yeah, I
really
want it to
detailed.
be American flag that it'll have 2
Yeah,
of
but
them.
you're gonna
Have
have
one
to do
side
3
to
different
side.
colors.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'd have to. I wish I could find like a little small Marine Corps flag and a little small American flag, and I'd print a flagpole holder like, and just put them in there and have both flags waving. That'd be cool.
You know, he puts the calories and the fat, but I think more important than either of those numbers is your processed sugars. But the Reuben Price still has more processed sugars too.
Yeah, there's too many calories in fast food.
What you need to do, Joe, is go find somewhere that's got the little toothpick flags.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'm sure one of the stores has them for Memorial Day.
Go to the freaking
Mhm.
dollar store and probably find them.
Yeah, you can get like 100 of them for like a couple bucks.
I know I could have got them at Party City down the street. They closed down.
I was looking on Amazon. There is a couple companies that do like custom mini flags. You can get 12 of them for like $5. But couldn't see what size they were though. They looked a little bigger than what you're looking for.
Right,
Did it probably take off to get that shit?
next weekend. That's my next project, a Wembley flag.
Blackpool flag. What?
Wembley,
Oh, I thought it was a
the
black.
South End.
Oh, if you know somebody do you know how to sew, Joe?
Have your mother sew this?
Why do you need to
I know how
sew
to
a flag?
sew.
Well, I'm saying you could go to have Johnny print you some little miniature flags on a t-shirt that you can cut out and sew. Make them.
Okay, Justin, you did realize how close what you said was from Joe Dirt. Christopher Walken's character. Tell me, Joe, does your mother know how to sew? Well, have her sew this.
Have her sew this. You just take a plain white shirt over to Johnny, have him press you some little mini flags, pictures of flags on there, cut them out, sew them together, you make your own. But granted, you're probably not going to get it done today. But
Yeah, I ain't gonna worry about it. I didn't plan for that, so it's no big deal right now.
You got a printer, as in a standard printer.
Yeah, I do.
Get some paper, print out some flags, cut them out, stick them up. Don't only for today. It's a bit of paper, doesn't matter.
yeah, you can
Yeah, I
that,
could do it
too.
if I needed to.
But how are you going to attach it to the drone now?
I'd have to 3D print me something. I got Velcro on the top. So
In
just 3D
fact-
print me a little bitty flagpole. We'll stand, something to stick it in,
Oh,
like
God.
with a toothpick. I could make it. I could make it probably 20 minutes.
Just
But
print
you're
your
not
own
gonna.
flag.
You're all talk.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I want to go up and fly, like I said, the park up there where it's going to be the river with all the people on the river today with the kayaks and stuff. But the problem is all electricity's out up that way, so I'm not going to go drive through all that area. With all the traffic lights out.
Oh yeah, people don't know how to react when the traffic lights go up.
Yeah,
Supposed to treat them like
they
a
said all the
four-way
traffic
stop.
lights are out up there, and that's through the heart of the city up there. So that's the problem.
Yeah, because you're supposed to act as if they're a four-way stop, but if it's on a main highway, people will just go right
Yeah,
through.
it is. May just wind up at Chafuncta again, flying around the other side of the bridge. There's gonna be a lot of boats out there anyway. Well, it's good. Get over there about the time they're gonna open the swing bridge and flying around. And then when the swing bridge opens, just fly with it through the swing bridge and then come back later over it, Or swing through it and then before they close it, come back through it again.
Rio,
I'll charge 2 batteries. I
You
had
don't
all of
live
them
in-
about 3 lines.
Pack it in.
I had 1 or 2 lines, 2 or 2 lines. So I charged them all 4 to fill it up. So that if I do go out there, I've got a full battery and I don't have to worry about getting it right back. See, look, now I'm getting McDonald's ads.
Here, let me make Paul that post.
They got new crispy McCrispy strips.
I'm jumping off. I'll catch y'all later.
Yeah, cheerleaders.
Okay,
Paul,
Justin.
your host again.
Yeah. I'm gonna go as well. I think.
Yeah, I might get off too. That way I go start my day, do something
You can
while
go
the
to
sun's out.
McDonald's.
Not going to McDonald's.
No. Joe's got somewhere to go. He's gonna kick
I'm
some
not going to
ass.
Arby's either.
Oh, I thought he was gonna go kick some ass with somebody.
That's too far away. I couldn't get to him fast enough. So. Yep. So I'll see y'all later then.
Okay.
Donald.
Later.